also going live on YouTube itself? That is, of course, the question, the main question even, some might say. Alright, I do see something pop up. Is it also a valid stream? Let's see. Testing audio. Alright, so that indeed does seem to work. And alright, in that case I'm just quickly going to post the couple of things. There we go. Sharing it on the Twitters, the Blue Sky, and on the Discord. Actually, I'll also just throw it into the forum thread, though I don't think anyone is really going to see that, at least not in time. Yeah, alright, there we go. And a post. Alright, there we go. Why is my chat window closed? Docs, chat. Alright, seems to be working just fine. Nice. Okay. That one can close. And that means watch replay now. Going into a Palladium 2v2 to start. A, well, pretty good match from, well, it should be at least. It's a base swap. Decent length. So, let's see. Alright. I'm also into the game. Turning off the main menu music. And let's say skip. Come on, chat. We are live. Yes, okay. Okay, seems to be working. Alright. So, we've got a 2 versus 2 between in the red with Cloakbots and an Engineer Commander. It is Venomized. And their teammate Subterpew also with an Engineer Commander in the yellow with Hovers. Blueprinting a Dagger. No, actually Ronin for them. And blueprinting Sling for Venomized. On the other side, we've got in the light blue, it is Nods with a Jump Bots Factory and an Engineer Commander. Ooh, blueprinting Scuttle. And of course, who could have guessed? It is Churi with a blue Shield Bot Factory. Also with an Engineer Commander, but just blueprinting Bandit. Alright. So, we've already got a sneaky little scythe out for Venomized. And just looking at the players, South has this. Well, if you saw the thumbnail, you might think otherwise. I mean, I'm pretty sure there were a good number of daggers in that base. A couple of daggers are running around. Do of course have the advantage that they can go through the water. So even if you're all the way in the back of the enemy base, you can still run around and go back. Commander over here, starting out with a little bit of Lotus. Of course, very nice against daggers and all that. And yeah, also a nice benefit for the dagger player. Outranging, well, not really outranging, but like having a slight, but well, range advantage with all of those wins over here. Yeah, unlikely to really get killed, at least not quickly, unless they build either a Lotus or the dagger just runs in. And all of a sudden, it does not do any damage. Nice, of course, very nice. Alright. On the other side, couple of tidal generators. No real opposition there. And we've already got one imp out as well. I don't think the imps are really going to do anything, at least not early game. Oh, so one pyro up north, but against Lotus, with Commander and all that, it's not going to do anything. And over here, well, Scythe, singular. Let's go, love you, Jagger, and good luck casting. Going for title. Thank you very much. Well, Scythe already getting a couple of bandit kills there. Since they were already low from the fight with the Glaives. And Dag is also able to clean up and deny the expansion from the Constable. by now. Team North with a pretty decent eco lead. Going for titles when neither player had a way of defending them was a bold choice. Bold choice indeed, and well, we are going to see if it is going to pay off with another 3 daggers in the back of their base. This time around, absolutely no defenses around. So still, all 6 of them could easily get cleaned up. Couple of daggers over here, just barely not able to snipe the metal extractor. So are pushed back from, well, with the commander. Single Ronin is going to be annoying, but doesn't really stand up against Pyro and all that. But with the Reaver also kind of close, that should still work out. Shouldn't really lose the Ronin, and indeed does not. Over here though, well, Scythe in your base. 2 with 3 hits and the Caretaker is gone. Slowing down the production on the Felon, of course. And still alive. Might still even take the metal extractor down, does indeed. And these Pyros will now finally clean it up. At least might finally clean it up. Pyro, of course, with a pretty large spread in terms of the damage, but it does indeed clean up that Scythe. Here though, well, we already talked about it a little bit. But yeah, that's 6 wind generators, 6 tidal generators. That will all get cleaned up. Not really a whole lot of damage they can do after that, but still might be able to snipe 1 or 2 maxes, since there are no loaders or anything like that over there. On the other side, a couple more titles are going up, and of course, because, well, these are both land factories, it's a lot more difficult for the southern team to really take those down. Over here, indeed, as expected, 1 max going down. The other max is unlikely to go down with the bandits and all being there. Are also just going for the maxes, whereas on the other side they seem to be reclaiming. So for now, still, Team North with a slightly better eco, slightly better attrition, doing a very nice job. Still, having Judy start to get up a shield ball is also kind of scary. I mean, it's their signature move. They should be able to do a lot of damage with it. But for now, just a single thug, single felon. So is not that scary yet. Also, we already saw them being constructed. But yeah, a couple of imps are out. Could in the future stun that shield ball very nicely. But for now are not really going to do anything. And more daggers moving through. Another 2 maxes that are completely undefended. But the bandits are going there, because apparently it is in radar range. Or just great game sense. That's also an option. Might have also had vision, though I didn't really see that vision then. Pyro running through the granite fire and gets picked off by the knights. Alright. Here though, couple of Pyros jumping up, able to go around, and actually I completely missed that. It is not in fact Team North's constructor that is reclaiming all of that. It is actually the one from Team South, the constable from Nods, able to get all of that reclaim. Very nice, because it's not as if there is no reclaim there. Not sure how much, like 300, 150 there, another 90 there, so yeah, 240. Over here, commander, facing off against just a couple of Pyros, will survive for now, but still heavily damaged, not really able to push into this. And well, with that shield ball being close by as well, commander really needs to retreat quickly, because otherwise it's still going down. Daggers are seemingly running around, leaving a commander a little bit exposed, but of course catching up to a commander with, well, super slow 42 speed speed felon. Yeah, that's not exactly what you want, not exactly easy to do. But commander is not really protected. I mean, with a single mace now being there, I guess there is some defense there, but it's still not a whole lot. And well, there it comes. Shield ball moving in. Commander not retreating, and there it goes. Mace also gets cleaned up by the insane DPS from Felon. So all of a sudden there, very nice fight by Team South. And over here, well, there they come once again. 15 more daggers, still 1 over here, so a total of 16 daggers over here. are going to be right in your base, where you have nothing to really defend against them. You've got one bandit for now, and that's about it. On the other side, well, Felon, like Shield Ball, is still being a little bit annoying. Reclaim is not really for Team South yet. I mean, at least the 2 quills are not being denied. And, well, there they come. It was going to be a bit of a base swap, base swap. And, well, that's quite a good alpha damage on those daggers. Factory is surely going to go down. Fusion is not going to explode yet, so that's, I guess, somewhat beneficial for Team South. I mean, they haven't invested a whole lot into it yet, so it's not going to explode. And it doesn't really cost you a lot either, if it does go down. Still, factory gone. Caretaker really could have and should have probably been cleaned up. So all of a sudden, yeah, those daggers are all running away from the Felon. But I feel like they could have done a little bit more damage. Running north, I mean, you will take down that single Lotus. Should now go around. Go through the back. This is probably not ideal. I mean, sniping one is not actually a bad thing there. And, well, those couple of imps were able to stun the shield ball quite nicely. And, well, we can't really see that it was also cleaned up. And there are still quite a couple of units there. So yeah, it was stunned, but I don't think there was any follow-up, so I don't think it was looking all that good. And South suffering hard for not making a radar overlooking the sea. Definitely, I mean, they were spotting it with those bandits early on, maybe through their commander in front. Seeing the daggers move into the water. But yeah, definitely not great to lose out on all of that vision. I mean, even if you would defend all of this, they could have also sneaked up over here. Where there is still, well, single max undefended. Not a lot of defenses around these 3 either. And over here, also not a lot of defense. Commander from Team South, from Judy, also under fire a little bit. And, yeah, not really a whole lot of DPS there. So with the shields being close enough, it's unlikely to go down. Other side, well, it is something to pay attention to. Scuttle is out. Commander is all the way back. So you might be able to sneak it around, sneak it through. I mean, not exactly unit dense. So indeed, is able to sneak it through for now. Might be able to get a snipe on that commander there. Also, puppies, since, well, they're facing off against single target, slow to fire units, are doing a very nice job there. And, oh, too bad. Single scalpel managed to spot the scuttle and take it down. Even over here, some less than ideal units to take down with puppies. But still, kind of pushing them close to the enemy shield bot. But once again, good stun with the imp. So yeah, there is a significant shield ball over there, but it's not really accomplishing anything. So Venema is definitely using those imps very nicely, even though they haven't really invested a whole lot into them. First Lance is now also out. It's going to be nice alpha damage against the shield. 3000 burst, so it is also able to pierce the shield before it's really able to transfer any energy. So unless units are like underneath multiple shields, it's going to be quite easy to, well, snipe felons and all that. Quite expensive targets, of course. And with the slings and all that being here as well, the shield isn't really able to get a whole lot of energy in it, being drained by the slings quite nicely. Commander also relatively far forwards, already pretty damaged as well. Single is in one-shot range from the lance, not from Felon. Two-shot range from Felon. And Cloak Mace, I mean, it's just a single mace, not that scary. But Iris around your knights could definitely be very nice. Getting them close to the shields, and then just able to hit them directly. Whereas normally, of course, you're, well, outranged by Felon by quite a lot. So, haven't really seen that base swap yet. A little disappointed about that. triple Firewalker is already out. Is going to be very nice against that cloak ball over here. With the slings and all that having very little HP. Firewalkers should do a lot of damage. And as well, Scalpel, not a lot of HP either. So Firewalker is nice there as well. Still though, I mean, Firewalker is the only real defense you've got on this side. But for now, with just a single Scalpel and like 5 daggers, Subterfuge isn't really able to take advantage of that. Not yet at least. Firewalker over here is under fire. Is it going down though? No, it is not. Very nice range on those, of course. And hey, that's the other area of effect. Napalm thrower. It is the Phoenix Saturation Napalm Bomber. But sniped out of the air by the Phantom. On the other side, all of those hovercrafts have been cleaned up. And how's it going to be Juggernaut Firewalker? I mean, it's not a bad combination, that's for sure. I just feel like, I don't know, having just a couple of raiders this way would have been nice, but of course, well, with the shield bot factory going down early on, you don't really have a cheap raider that you can just spam into the enemy base. Cheapest real raider you've got is of course Pyro, which is already 220 cost. So that's a bit of an issue with jump bots. It's quite expensive. Can't really afford to throw in like 10 or 20 raiders into the enemy base, even though, well, what's the defense? Their defense is 8 quill. Not a whole lot. Couple of ravens trying to bomb the lance, but are not able to get in close. Quite good gremlin numbers over here. Already 9 at least. Maybe going for the commander would be a better choice for now. Jack is also coming out, not really sure what the target is for the Jack. Maybe it is the commander. Because the other units are all pretty much cleaned up by either the Firewalker or the Juggernaut. The Juggernaut definitely does need to watch out. Only 1900 HP left. So like just over 10%. Not exactly the best position for it. And the airplanes once again going to the north. Okay. I mean, this position, there is like 3000 value over there. And yeah, air. Well, I'm pretty sure they knew about that before. But oh well. There they come. Bombing. Still not really hitting those quill. So even though, yes, you did hit the commander, you didn't really have the damage to take down the commander. Phoenix, the Saturation Bomber, is not really known for their single target damage. And it's not as if you had all that many ravens. Couple of size moving around. I mean, no defense is around that max, but it's probably better, assuming you were able to at least keep them hidden a little bit, to go for the base. By now, fusion is up. There is a lot of build power you could also snipe quite easily. But now, they're all out on in the open. They know about them, so yeah, these guys not really able to do any damage. At least I don't expect them to do any damage. Commander over here, also not going to do any damage soon, because there it goes. 2 jacks, 600 DPS combined. And now they will have a big old puppy army. Already 27, since a lot of them are being built from the factory. But there is also 2700 reclaim over there. I mean, if you invest a decent amount of that into puppy, you can do some real damage. Even against dagger, as long as you keep your puppies spread out, they don't perform all that badly. Not saying they're all that good either, but not exactly bad. Taking down 1 max, I mean that's the best you could have hoped for in that situation. And on the other side, well, Judy's shield ball, 5000 value. Of course that is with the Firewalker and Moderators included. So still, 3700. Almost 15,000 shield. And the lance is also going to go down. You might lose a couple of Phoenix in the process, but that's a sacrifice you should be willing to make. Shield ball should also be able to move in here. if it wants to. And there is another shield bot factory. I mean, dirtbags are in the pipeline. Are going to be a nice distraction unit. Annoyance. Great for uncovering these gremlins or the phantom. But for now, it's not really that useful. But of course, they also have it like in the pipeline. It's going to take a while before it actually goes up. A couple more daggers are going to try and be sneaky. But I don't really expect them to do a whole lot. I mean, it's only 2, but at the same time, this is also undefended. This is also pretty much undefended still. So hey, maybe they are able to do some damage. Still no radar on that side, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no radar, and with the commanders, well, singular commander going this way. Absolutely no radar on that side at all. Not even spotting the daggers going towards the water. So, Phoenix are both have already dropped their bombs. Not really able to do a whole lot there. Iris, being an expensive unit, especially with that extra energy, it is going down, especially because it sits in the fire. Not what you should do, but hey, too bad. Quill as well, soon going to go down. There it goes. Thank you, Firewalker, for the little bit of extra help. And positioning your gremlins all the way over there. I mean, it does make sense. You don't want them to swoop around the side and destroy you, just like you're planning on the other side. I mean, it currently looks very good for Team South, but if this dagger raid is doing the same amount of damage as the last one, we could definitely be saying something else about that. Phoenix 1, not doing a whole lot. Phoenix 2, even, well, first one did a decent amount. Second one does like nothing. But yet, not that many daggers are left. Don't expect them to do a whole lot of damage. So I don't know what the base swap is really going to be about. I mean, I don't think 5 or 6 daggers are really going to do a base swap. Whereas over here, even though it's heavily damaged, still does a little bit of damage by throwing away that unit. And soaking a little bit of damage. Jack is also going to get stunned and killed. And this Jack still going to do a decent amount of damage. Could have done some more by just trying to take down the caretaker, I feel. But still, I mean, running away might do some more damage. I mean, with that shield bot factory, I do feel, or amphibot factory for that matter, just trying to take down this eco would have been really nice. I mean, it's all exposed. You do now see the Phoenix going to bomb it. That works, but at the same time, 2 Phoenix is over 1,000 value. Even just 500 value in docks would have cleaned this up a whole lot faster. And would have also cleaned up the 2 quills. So, denying the reclaim and of course, slowing down the rebuild. To the shield wall though, by now 28, almost 29,000 shield. With lobsters included. So is not exactly a slow shield wall either. So goodbye 900 sling. 900 value in sling. No. Shield just need nerf. Really now. I mean, from what I understand from Shuri, shield bot in 2v2 to 4v4, thereabouts, it is pretty strong, even now. But oh well. I mean, it is also not exactly cheap. I mean, it's investing 30 energy in it right now. So you've got no overdrive, even though you have 80 energy. And on the other side, 2 more Phoenix trying to move in, but there they are, all of the gremlins. Taking down 1, taking down almost 2, but not quite. So I feel like this is looking a lot more like a base swap now. Weird location for a fusion generator. Shuri. I mean, you know better. You're going to place something else there soon. I know. Still kind of funny. Also, the fact that this one has not gone up Yet you're trying to steal the one from the enemy is also quite nice. Puppies could do a lot of damage here. 5 phantoms, which are pretty much just exposed to puppies. But it's not really going to be an issue because the puppies are going here. So yeah, phantoms for now will survive. Are not all on cooldown, so even the Phoenix can't really engage there. And well, shoot ball. Wisely going forward. Correct choice, at least I would say so, because you're not catching up to this. At least not fast enough. Because this is definitely the base trade they were talking about. So many knights that you can't really deal with it, at least not very easily. Even Juggernaut, I mean, pulling in knights because their assault's not exactly the most effective. I mean, they have a pretty decent HP. Yet on the other side, how does Team North plan on dealing with like 12,000 value in shield ball? Also not exactly the easiest thing to do. Jack is going up, but is it also going up? 5 more seconds, doesn't really look like it's going to go up. And even if it does, it will already be dead. South is in a better position as far as energy goes. 45 energy versus 88. I don't think they're in a better energy location currently. In a better energy position. But they soon will be, with double geothermal up. All of a sudden, 75. To me, 11,000 army value in the shield ball. Even though it's not really going to be such a massive difference here, I feel. Still. 11,000 versus 6,500. Definitely a big benefit for them. Imps though. Oh, look at those imps. 80% of the shield ball, all stunned. You do still have 2 of your lobsters available though. But they might be on cooldown, not really sure. Feel like you could have saved the shield ball a little bit there, but at the same time only 1 launch shot was really an issue. So, doesn't matter all that much either. Still, there they go. Lobbing in. Almost stinger range, of course. Lobsters. So Lance, I mean, shield is all drained, so Padlin isn't really able to do a whole lot. Only now the first one goes down. But that second one is already up. And will once again be shooting. Sniping just 1 little unit. Not that scary. I guess there is still enough shield to deal with a lance burst. 3800. And how is it looking over here? Well, that's still a decent number of knights. 12 knights available. Factory only now going up. But one other thing that is very nice for Team South, they've got that second base. So Chudi over here, at least assuming they're going to build a factory, is still in a pretty good position, because even once the knights take all of this down, and I assume they will, Chudi will have had time to rebuild on the other side, and of course still has that big army forwards. Whereas, well, all of Team North's constructors are all pretty much in the north. Only 2 of them are going this way, but it's still going to take quite a while before they actually arrive. And Chudi's shield ball could use some bandits for DPS. Yeah, I would say so. At least for some consistent DPS. Because, well, in this case they had to keep fighting. And then, yeah, with Felon draining all of your shield away, all of a sudden your sustained DPS is very low. Factory over here is not going to go up. In which case, well, this is the first factory they might be able to get up. Chudi is going to get their factory over here in their old base. At least seems like it. Though maybe not. Hold on. Chudi. Team South. Your eco isn't that bad. I mean, especially with so many caretakers over here able to reclaim. When is that factory going up? I don't really know. Shield ball is going this way just to defend against all of those knights. And still position for Team South a lot better. With 50 reclaim, that's currently not being spent at a factory. Good job, Chudi. Please build that, indeed. Good job. Yeah, able to defend against those knights. Factory on the other side is not yet up. will go up. I mean, in 45 seconds, I would assume it's going up a little faster than that. But I mean, they're also spending metal on metal extractors and all that right now, rather than on overdrive. Not overdrive, reclaim. Currently, just 5 reclaim. How did all the phantoms die? Definitely feel jump the best factory in this position. It's going to be Amphibot for Churi. Cloakbots for Venomized. In this position, I don't know if jump bot is really the best thing to go for. Just because against those knights, you're going to need too many pyros, and puppies don't trade all that well. I mean, they don't trade badly. But yeah, Grey Goo and Moderate. Grey Goo is definitely an option because there is 3500, 1200, 2600. Yeah, there is a lot of reclaim. That's very nice with jump bots. Able to get a lot of reclaim through that. But I mean, yeah, even though I feel like it's a little bit overproduced on caretaker numbers here. 6 caretakers here. Team South still has the energy upkeep to really spend all of that metal. And I don't really feel like, well, puppies are all that good for their cost compared to conventional unit. But of course, yeah, Grey Goo to get all of this reclaim is very nice. Studio, slowly but surely cleaning up all of those knights. And for now, just because that eco should, currently not that much better, but should be a lot better. Yeah, should be a lot better. Yeah, Team South should still, or who has now turned into Team North, the blue team, should have a lot better eco, should have a lot more army on the field. And well, yeah, just look at the ducks and archers over there. They definitely do have a lot more army. Getting lucky with imps might indeed be the only choice for Team North, only real option to come back. Still, feel like this might be overproducing a little bit, but I guess that is what you need to deal with the shield ball itself. So it does make sense. Imp, how much are you able to do? Well, that is most of it already gone. Not stunning a whole lot more with the other two. But where are the glaives? Or the knights? Coming in slowly but surely, but yeah, lobbed back since a lobster was still available. Well, 2 lobsters technically. And the rest of the shield ball is already back online as well. So, wasn't really able to take advantage of the opportunity at all. Still, of course, lost like 250 value there. Not exactly what you want. And on the other side, well, ducks and limpets moving in shortly and should really be able to, well, finish off this game. Reaver is nice, but I mean, against high alpha damage ducks, they don't do all that well, assuming the ducks are spread out a little bit and have overwhelming numbers. Storage going down, of course not the most important target. And well, that's another nice imp. So that's another like 8 ducks stunned. But there are another 7 forwards. Caretaker cleaned up, so your, well, possibility for overdrive has been reduced. And of course your build power as well. And there comes the shield bot. Shield ball coming in to finish the job. I mean, this time around you don't have an army running around. So indeed, finishing it off soon. Venomized already with the that stuff. And just nerf. Shield bot clearly OP. Pull resign. And it is going to be shield is so broken, GG. So Team South with the better eco pretty much the entire game. Only the very first part of the game it was the other way around. Not a whole lot better most of the game though. Reclaim, a lot better for Team North surprisingly. I mean, I feel like should have been better with all of those caretakers, at least in the later stages, but I guess not. Pretty a large amount of access by both teams though. And, right, yeah, well, total value, army value was pretty even, actually, for most of it. Oh, right. Where did they go this defensive? I don't remember. I mean, did they have a decent number of loaders? I just don't feel like it was 1600 or like 2000 worth, but oh well. Exit the lobby. That was numero uno. Number one. That was a small team games. Let's go for a 1v1. The big scrappy game on Canis River. Oh, this one is opening in a different window. Oh, that's going to be a little bit annoying because that also means I have to close the game after this one is done. Hold on 1 second. It's too old. Recoil. There. Alright, yes, that is the correct one. Now it's only a question of, is the game audio going to work? Likely, no. Also, how did all the fandoms die? I believe it was simply a lob in with the shield ball. But I'm not completely sure about that. Yeah. I'm going to have to watch the audio monitor closely at the start of this game. Alright, minus 26 on you as well. There we go. Skip. Alright, it is working. Nice, nice, nice. So, it is a 1 versus 1 between one of the players we just saw. Nods with tanks in the blue. Engineer Commander, just with a Kodachi blueprint. Versus someone who definitely already knows what's going to happen in this game. It is Stuart98 with the green Engineer Commander. With the bulkhead printer. It is Amphipods Factory in the red. Yeah, Amphipods on this map, I really like them as well. Just because, look at the pathing for rover or like vehicles. They can go through these little choke points. And I believe they can also go, yeah, through here. Whereas on the other side, Amphipods able to pass through the river in the middle. So have a way wider front that they can just harass the enemy from. So that's why I personally also like going Amphipod. On this side, already with a little bit of a defensive lotus on a bit of a spire. But still, nods with technically slightly better eco just because of the overdrive. And also because, yeah, Stuart also going for a little bit of a defensive expansion with that engineer on this side. Going lotus first and then into metal extractor. Whereas the welder from nods went forwards, so was closer. Was closer to the forward max. So had to walk less far, or like drive less far. And I'm so sad the matchmaker map rotation dropped a Sidus crack, but kept this map. They play pretty similarly, right? Main difference being that a Sidus crack is like lengthwise compared to where your enemy is located. And that there is no real factory that can like go through the crack on that map. I don't know, I don't really like either one of them all that much. So not really sure what I prefer. Also, I didn't really pay attention to that thread all that much. I filled it in, but did not actually look at the current map rotation at all. Oh well, I mean it's not as if I've played since it was rotated out. Also, is the audio quieter on this one? I believe it is. Yeah, I think so. Because of Windows settings. Anyways. Single duck was cleaned up by nods. But over here, well, Kodachi should be caught out by double duck with limpet support. Still, do survive since afterburn is not that long. Limpet isn't exactly cheap though. I mean, it is a 160, right? Yeah, 160. So even though you went like 1v1 there, like 1-to-1 with Kodachi and Limpet, it's only a 10 metal difference. And healing up these ducks is going to take a while because they have to go into the water and it's not exactly deep. Nods commander already level 2. Alright, what are you going for on your commander? Light particle beam, so nothing special. Alright. Duck just sitting there, not really doing a whole lot of damage. Technically could move around and hit this max, but yeah. Don't really have the vision for that, so that's unlikely to happen. And on the other side, Kodachi is going to try and move in, but with double loaders already being up over there, it is unlikely to do any damage. Also something that's a little bit interesting to note. On this map, all of them 2.2 or like 2.0 max is except for like half. Like the possible starting locations are all 2.0 and the others are all 1.9. So slightly worse, but not by a whole lot. For now though, Nods with 36 eco versus just 35 from Stuart, with a lot more overdrive. Apparently linking their maxes a lot better with pillars and all that. Not really sure. But actually they also have like 8 to 10 energy eco more. So it does make sense actually. Right. Was a little bit of a quiet game thus far. I mean, a couple of maxes have been cleaned up by now. And over here, well, Limpet once again going in. Getting one Kodachi killed already. But the other Kodachi running away, sniping another 2 ducks. So all of a sudden, total fight. Yeah, technically slightly better for Stuart. But still, with just 20 metal, getting the reclaim is going to be a lot more significant. Almost 250 there. And it's of course close to the other metal extractors as well. So quite easy to get all of the reclaim. You don't really have to travel all that far to get it. On the north side, Duck is still just being annoying, just sitting there. Of course, with the commander on this side, since it's going forward, actually seemingly, yeah, quite effective. But you're up against Welder, so it's not exactly an ideal matchup for a singular Duck. Mainly just going to be for scouting, I guess. Over here, a couple of Ducks moving in, but like double, soon to be triple Lotus. And the last Duck gets cleaned up as well. There it goes. Geothermal being constructed. On the other side, not yet, and it's also seemingly not going to get constructed. Alright, it will get constructed. It's just going to take quite a while. 4 maxes over here are soon going to be constructed. Well, soon. Will eventually be constructed by this conch. And for now, Sparrow scouting just. And being a whole lot of annoying. Alright. Well, 63% attrition only for Stuart. Not exactly what they want. Over here, even building a caretaker to get all of that reclaim. And Ogre. Will it get cleaned up by the commander? I mean, it should. Commander is in range and, well, oh, 94. It's shocking how consequential that failure to kill the welder ended up being. Really? Alright, I mean, yeah. It is like 3 loaders plus welder, which soaks a lot of damage and deals some of it as well. Against like not that many ducks. But good to know that it is actually going to be consequential as well. I mean, it's building up quite a fort, so if you want to go that way, it's going to be quite annoying to get through it. Not as if you can just get a couple of ducks around. Not easily, at least. You can still sneak them through here. Just try and take down the geothermal, but you won't be getting that eco, at least not anytime soon. First couple of scallops are coming out from Stuart. We have already got 1 forwards. With a couple of buoys as well. And the gunship switch from Nod is finished. First couple of blast wings are coming in, but no, not dealing a whole lot of damage. At least not yet. Still making Stuart switch around the priority on their commander. constructing the picket first, though only then after that going back to the bulkhead. And the welder, ogre, also still staying alive. The picket immediately cleaned up, so Stuart has to abandon the position. And oh, Trixie! A real Trixie bulkhead commander going down as well. I mean, I don't want to say GG. Hey, the unnamed player spec. Ah, that's me. Yeah, not going to say it's GG already, but that's 1300 metal, 74 versus 52 eco. It's not looking great for Stuart. At the same time though, Nod is also accessing metal, which is not something they should be doing. Have accessed 1200 already, 1500 now. So yeah, it's not good. But since you still have so much more metal than the enemy, even with all of the excess, you've spent like 1500 more. Welder also healing up those tanks, seemingly very consequential indeed. Angler out of position, might get cleaned up soon. And at least you're able to take advantage of the river a little bit. At least damaging the blitz a little bit and keeping your buoys alive, at least for now. So over here, well, single scallop moving forwards against double loaders. I don't really see it happening. I mean, scallop is good damage, good DPS as well, but not exactly enough to deal with 150 DPS in loaders. So geothermal is going to stay up for now. And Crow is already, well, pretty much finished as well. 1200 metal left to go. So I know it's not exactly finished, but still. It's a lot closer than Stuart would hope. Especially because even though they have a couple of anglers, it's just 3 of them. I use bandits in my shield bowl. I realized how useful they are late game. Alright. Well, not in the match we just watched, where no bandits mixed in there. At least not that I saw them. And these blitz are unlikely to take the geothermal down. I mean, they are seemingly targeting it, but will not take it down indeed. But how is that Crow looking? Well, there it is. It's up now. But going in a bit of a weird location. I mean, it's going to destroy a single buoy. Alright, it's made up its mind. Still though, not accessing a whole lot again. Over 100 eco. And yet not really spending any of it. Also, could be very nice for Stuart over there. Since it's the Wasp that's going to construct those 2 maxes. Wasp doesn't have a gun on it, so the duck might actually take it down. But there it comes. Crow is moving in. Oh, do I like this? I feel like going for a base rush immediately rather than like moving like double the distance would probably be good. I mean, the enemy has a couple of anglers out, but it's just 3. Are prioritizing 6 of them now. On a map that is pretty high eco. At least like 50 to 60 eco for Stuart as well. There it comes as well. Razor for the DPS. Yeah, okay. Crow is now moving in. But still, that took a long time before it decided to actually try and move into the enemy base. Deciding not to do that. Toad now out as well. 1, now 2. Yeah, all of a sudden that Crow is looking a whole lot less effective than I would have expected it to be. Nod's kinda misplaying this, I feel. Giving the enemy a lot of time to react. Still, Angler moving forwards. Other Toad as well. Now it's going back home. And the forward forces from Stuart are looking quite scary. 10,000 HP. Double, soon triple Razor. I mean, they are DPS weapons, but only 150 DPS. But the base will be defended. At least I would assume it's going to be defended well enough that the crow isn't really able to do any damage. Still has a couple of anglers in the home base. Toad's not really chasing after the crow, even though I feel like they should. And even with just these couple of moderators over here, that's still another 2300 burst. Yeah, had that Toad just been chasing, this crow would have been dead by now. At least I feel like it would have been. Also, weird units against crow. If they can get in range, puppies do quite well, just because they have high alpha damage. But crow able to outrange them and is able to keep them at bay and get out of there. And look at where it's going. Going to double caretaker, built by a certain welder. So yeah, I mean, it will get healed up relatively quickly. You don't have to sacrifice your home base build power to heal it up. All of these buoys heavily damaged, no real anti-air available. There is quite a couple of anglers are available. More than I thought. But still, heavily damaged. And couple of blast wings coming in. Are able to take down at least one more angler. There it goes. And the buoys are all gone as well. So for now, Knots has survived. Fusion is still up. Factories are both still up. And the crow is 10,000 HP once again. In the back there, we saw it upgrade like a couple of minutes ago. Advanced geothermal also able to keep Nod's overdrive and also repair efforts without really hurting them all that much. Triple emissary forwards from that, I believe it was from the fact, yeah, Commander Blueprint indeed. Quite good AoE, quite good as in very good AoE on those. So Angler could soon go down. Puppies, quite easy to go down as well. Do a mystery. But for some reason I feel like the mysteries are not doing as much AoE as I expected them to do. Why are these mysteries this bad? I don't know. Anyways, I mean, it's a lot of puppy, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, you're facing off against a DPS, but like low accuracy weapon in Nimbus. And incredibly high AoE from Ogre as well. Not exactly great for puppy. Second factory doesn't stay up though. Both factories going down. Oh, just a single puppy left. And that crow really should be getting into the fight once again. Forward factory from Nods is very nice, of course. Meaning that they shouldn't access all that much. Still quite a lot, because they only have like 3 caretakers around that factory. And yeah, Nods, please. Notice it. It's 4200 value. That is about half your total army value right now. That is sitting idle, full HP. Come on, use it. I mean, I guess they don't have radar on their own unit. That's probably the reason why they've completely forgot about it. 2000 burst. That is enough. Hold on, that is enough. These puppies could actually snipe the geothermal as well. So it's just a matter of attention. Is their APM high enough? Is Nods able to do all things at once? Puppies cleaned up, so the answer there was no. That crow is still idle, so the answer seems to be no as well, but there it goes. They finally found it again. But they're also running straight over all of those enemy air defenses. Not amazing. At the same time, I don't really know what would be the better option with your crow. I guess going here to defend your base isn't bad. It's just that, well, it's a lot of alpha damage. But at the same time, also very squishy. So probably a better choice. At least I would say so. Going into 4, well, it's only 3. It's just 3 raises. Not that many. Still though, with Toad and Angler also being here. And now the double razor. Yeah, Crow is still going back home without doing a lot of damage. Was still able to snipe another 6, 7, soon to be like 9 or 10 maxes. So denying Stuart quite a lot of eco. So that's very nice for them. Over here as well. Stuart still working away at that fusion with just a single moderator. With that singular caretaker still alive. Fusion is going down very slowly. But soon it will not be going down at all. Right, so Crow is going back to their fort to heal up. No, it's not. It's going to clean up the conch. Very nice. But yeah, not still with a way better eco. 80 versus 50. So even though this is still looking kind of scary, because look at where they are. They're in Nods' base. At least what was originally their base. But now this is their base and there is a lot of army there. Also, Nods now with spiders, jumbots and tanks. A lot of variety. Quite scary. Is it good to have like that much variety? I don't know, not really. Doesn't really help you all that much. But still. They do have a lot to play with. Are now sending it into the enemy base. Well, in terms of normal land defenses, there isn't a whole lot. You've got a couple of loaders, 3 loaders, and then you're into the enemy base. Where these caretakers are not exactly all that well defended against splash damage, or even just their own death explosion. So sniping one could easily snipe another, especially with that firewalker or 2 over here. Crow now also still trying to go back to the repair place. Only 7,000 HP left. I mean, only. Still 7,000 HP left. For a Crow that isn't a whole lot, but still. For general units it is. And in the back, well, you've got a couple of moderators. That's cute. But yeah. Versus assaults, they don't work all that well. Still, with placeholder and all that to keep the blitz at least away for a little bit, you manage to do a good amount of damage. And oh, that is very nice. Sniping that advanced geothermal. All of a sudden, all of that overdrive for Nods is pretty much denied. Even though it was already out of the energy grid, it was still very good overdrive. Because they had like quite a lot of energy on this side as well. No, that's actually completely incorrect because Nods, get hell with widgets or something like that. Picture spacing. By now, just a single caretaker to heal up that Crow, so it's not going to go back to full HP all that quickly. At least not as quickly as it did last time. But still, yeah. Stuart missing quite a couple of maxes, so Nods' eco is still a lot better. There's also a lot of reclaim on the field that, well, Nods is soon going to get. At least through the caretaker, but maybe also through the commander. And possibly a couple of welders or other constructors. Whereas on the other side, well, Stuart's eco is once again going down. Single razor is cute and all that, but it's not able to stand up to the might of a Crow. So that's another 3 maxes going down. Crow this time around going to the front rather than going to the home base. I mean, could be cleaning up like 3 more maxes over here. First. They could do that. That is out of range, of course. Mostly out of range. But you would be able to survive that. But just going through for them to the front lines and all that. Cleaning up a little bit more eco. Cleaning up a radar. Just being used as a radar. Very expensive radar. But it's very clear that Nods has stabilized a lot better than Stuart. Once again, over 100 eco versus just 30 or 40 from Stuart. Geothermal gone. Jack versus Jack. But at least the one from Stuart would win if they kept fighting. Now this is what we should be watching. And oh, good job, placeholder. And also good job, Archer. Nice AoE on that. Same with Flamethrower, of course. With a lot of pierce through on that. On the Pyro. So yeah, Puppy's not really able to do a whole lot of damage there. Crow, go there. Please. But yeah, it is still a match that Nods has in the bank. No real chance for Stuart, at least I don't think so. Unless they pull off a miracle, but I don't see that happening. Multiple blitz over here. Can still move in here. Because as I said on the other side as well, no land defenses. Yeah, you've got like 3 razors, maybe 4 by now. Yep, seems to be all 4. And it's GG from Stuart. So, as they already said in chat as well, yeah, that single well that they didn't clean up was very effective because it allowed the Crow to heal up in safety. But at the same time, I feel like that eco from Nod was just way more than Stuart could ever really handle. Bad, not bad. 9,000 excess. That's like my level. Come on. But yeah. Just a lot more value pretty much the entire game. Economy value especially. But just in general a lot more value. Right, I'm quickly going to have to reboot Zero-K. Just because this was with an old engine. So that it's so it started in a new window and all that. That is not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do this one. Alright. Exit to lobby. Boot up Zero-K once more. And this is now stream. Match 2. Alright. More coffee for me. There it is. Zero-K is back up. And let's see, what's the next match going to be? Well, that is going to be this one. For variety. Just 46 days old. I should change you over to... recoil? No, it should be... Why are you not able to click Zero-K there? Hello? Hello there? Window capture. Putting Zero-K. No. Why you no work? Zero-K. There it is, thank you. Don't click stop streaming now. Alright. Yeah. Okay. So, let's skip the pregame and go for a large team game. Main menu music off. There we go. Audio is also being recorded. Alright, nice. Yeah, okay. Skip. So, it is a match on Banana Republic. No, it is not, because this is Banana Republic indeed. Alright, never mind. I thought it was the randomized map, but it isn't. So, we've got in the green gunships. Well, on the eastern team, gunships, rovers, cloakbots, hovercraft, jumpbots. No factory yet for Omega. Tanks and spiders. Spiders and airplanes. So, good amount of variety over there. We do have cloakbots. No shieldbots. No, I don't see them. And more tanks. Alright. On the other side, well, no factory for Mosin yet, but it's going to be gunships, at least they say. Hovercraft, jumpbots, magpie factory, also known as airplane factory, bots, tanks, cloaks, and rovers. And also no one really starting in the corner there, so delaying their eco a little bit. At the same time though, 3.7 metal max in the middle, going to be constructed a bit earlier for Smidge on the Western team. And at least for now, Team West with a lot more map control. It's not that strong, the map control they have, of course. I mean, it's with a couple of fences, a couple of glaives. But still, they're denying the enemy the big max. And over here, I mean, with, yeah, Reaver, you are able to do quite a good job against those couple of glaives and all that. But yeah, one dominatrix with a commander. Not that strong, at least not exactly strong against the raiders. So you really do need those Reavers close by. You say back, I mean, right now you could be cleaning up that Reaver with your fences. So you deployed a little bit too far forward maybe. But the Reaver is going back anyways. So it doesn't matter a whole lot. Revenant is now out, is on commander sniping duty. And over here, couple of pyros trying to be annoying. And will for sure be annoying. I mean, Kadechi isn't that strong. Factory with the pierce through is still going to get damaged quite a lot. Especially with the Kadechi helping out. No other units that are really able to help out against those couple of pyros here. So the first factory is soon going down. There it goes. And after that the pyros are cleaned up by the ogre. In front, eco is cleaned up, but at the same time, commander from Smidge already going down as well. So is the big metal extractor. So at least that eco has been denied. At the same time though, well, yeah, the enemy max has been taken. So that's very nice for the Western team. Though it is a position that's going to be difficult to hold. Yeah, it really is. I mean, you're far forward, but you do have double commander and your stinger up already. So there is certainly a chance that you can keep it. But this position will not be kept at all. Single Reaver over there could clean up all 3 maxes. And the Conjurer as well. Splitting up really nicely. So are also going to get the 3 maxes. And over here, well, that's 3 more Reavers. Commander wisely going back already. And a couple of Swifts are not really able to clean up Reavers either. So you are going to get the transports. And well, Reavers are not exactly great against magpies. So single Reaver is left, doing as much damage as it can, but will now die as well. Right, I mean it was still a pretty good raid. Taking down 3 maxes up north, like in the middle, 2 maxes in their home base. So definitely worth it. I mean, you only invested like 4 Reavers and 4 transports. So not a whole lot. Let's see, that is like, how much? 840 value plus like 500? Or like 400? Yeah, so like 1250. A little bit less, but like about to 1250 metal. So very nice. Getting all of the wind generators destroyed as well. Denying the enemy a little bit of overdrive. For now. Even on eco, even though you do have a lot more energy for overdrive. Yeah, with the metal extractor over there, and this one should also be for Team West. Yeah, the Team West eco really should still be a lot better, even with that nice raid. And hello there, Simon. I'm going to say Simon, because I'm not even going to try and pronounce it the way it's supposed to be pronounced. Commander is not exactly in the best position. I mean, under fire by like 10 plus Ronins. Well, 10 exactly Ronins, not plus. But over there. Nice to snipe those with all of those blast wings. And Churi also with the in. Probably hello in Polish then, I think. Not really sure. Anyways. Swift trying to get through, but will not scout. And once again, 5 transports that are trying to be annoying, but are not really finding a target yet. Whereas the magpies are certainly finding a target. And also taking down that commander. Geothermal will be delayed because of it as well. And another commander that is sniped. next commander will stay up, at least for now. But with a couple more magpies or another scythe ball. Oh, that is you. Hello there, Shuri, on second account then. With the commander, with another couple more scythes or a magpie ball, this commander could also go down quite quickly. But it won't, at least not for now. Up north though, commander being gone, still leaves this open to either raiders or a couple of Ronins. But you do need at least enough of them that, well, the dominatrix are not really able to counter you. For now, you do not really have those numbers. Reaver drop again. Once Reaver is in range of Ronin, it of course takes it down quite quickly. Having a lot more DPS. And Ronin not exactly known for their high HP. So that's once again those 3 maxes cleaned up. Another commander going down by the magpies. Who is playing the magpies? Of course, it is magpie themselves, Kuro. Normally, of course, was like Crow, but like these days, all about the magpies. They've actually just written the book on magpie. But yeah, Western team with so much more eco. And that, once again, once again, with those metal extractors up north being taken down. So yeah, it's definitely going to be a big struggle for Team East. At least they are currently still with positive attrition, somehow. Even with all of those commanders and all going down. But yeah, it's definitely not going to be an easy fight for Team East. Couple more size, going to take down another commander. No, because it is a jump bot, so it is able to jump out in time. Over here though, this jump bot did not jump in time. Google Frog's commander. Since when does Google Frog play 0k? I mean, really though, I don't think I see them all that often. But once again, more Reaver drops, and that is another dead commander. Goodbye! Not even the sneaky sides able to defend the commander. And more eco going down. Magpies, will you be in time before the geothermal goes down? Seems like yes. Alright, just barely. I mean, margin for error there was apparently not very large, but oh well. And if Judy has a second account, it would be 2D. 2D? Oh yeah. 2D. Right. Right. Yeah. For now, Team East actually though, pushing back up north. So maybe, I mean, should give them quite a lot of reclaim. They are soon going to have their metal extractor back under control, or rather under control. They never had it. And east-south has big trouble. Trouble has spread to the middle. It seems, with all of those amp bots. For now, they don't really have a big issue in the south, just because, well, spiders are there to help out. And there aren't exactly a lot of units from Team West. But yeah, I do agree that, yeah, there are those good M-spot numbers in the middle were definitely a bit of an issue. Blastwings trying their best, but I mean, not exactly great against the commander. Magpies though, with the homing missiles, are certainly quite good against a commander. Goodbye commander, go to sleep. Steel blue with the, oh nice. Crow, oh that's going to take a long time before it goes up. At least you don't immediately have to help out your team up north, at least not for now. So it's not going to be an issue yet. This though, 24 magpies already, 10 minutes into the game. It is expensive and I've heard people complain about, oh you drain all my energy, you reduce the overdrive by so much. Still though, it's a lot of alpha damage, even though, oh there it is, burst damage 8,000. So yeah, that's definitely not exactly easy for the enemy to deal with. For now, not a whole lot of high HP targets. But still, you could be sniping factories. Could be sniping those redbacks. But how about a fusion? Though this one is defended quite well, so I don't think it's going to go down anytime soon. Why do I feel like this is an awful fight for the magpies? Ah, that's why I feel like that's an awful fight for the magpies. Because it certainly was an awful fight for the magpies. Alright. How's your overdrive looking? Yeah, not that good, actually. At least you are upgrading the geothermal up north. Ah, I was about to say, how long is that going to take? It's going to take 0 seconds. It is already up. Once again, sneaky little size, but even sneakier gremlins. Shadow size were found out. Still, are they able to do some damage? No. I mean, maybe? Dominatrix is gone before it is able to capture the first. There is just a single enemy glaive to really defend against them. I'm in shambles. I mean, 4 scythe is a lot of damage. So that factory might go down, but it doesn't seem like it will. With these dominatrix going back and the air force in Magpies also there to help you out. Still, Kyoto has found the next victim. It is Electric Boogaloo's commander. Overkill of the century. And that is not enough to kill the second. Once again, losing quite a couple of magpies there. I mean, it doesn't exactly look like a good fight there to me. Of course, taking down the base eco from the commanders and all that is very nice. And if you are able to still snipe it, which doesn't currently look like you will, it could have been good. But that's losing another like 5 to 10 magpies. Yeah. Kyoto, you may have written the book on it, but it doesn't really seem to be working out for you right now. Lance numbers on this side, very good. 7 Lance. But at the same time, I mean, Lance are not really in the fight, not able to do anything right now. No real high HP targets on the other team. Soon there will be, with Scorpion and Juggernaut and all that. Out there. I was about to say, where is the scythe? But over here. Not enough to snipe that commander. Too bad, so sad. Oh, that's actually a captured scythe. That's why you have a scythe there. Right. Well, once again, scythe in range, but the pyro will stay up. Here though, at least the scythe will be a bit of scout. Oh no, that's... I mean, you tried your best. It would have been nice to just be able to sit right in the middle there and see wherever the magpies were going to strike. So that you could either prepare your air defenses or just retreat expensive units. Could have been very nice, but it's not going to happen. Missile silo for Electric Boogaloo is going up. But, I mean, yeah, that's still expensive and not exactly up right now. So not exactly worth it. Still, Lance are all there by now. Good number of tarantulas as well, so magpies are not really able to do a lot of damage. Down south, at least I don't expect them to do a lot of damage. Since tarantula is also, of course, mainly an alpha damage, burst damage weapon, like unit. And more scythes going to come in, try and snipe. Well, yeah, okay. Well, maybe not wisely going back. You can't really snipe anything here. Alright. You are at least wary a little bit. And 1500, so yeah, okay. And oh, no, you don't get uncovered. Okay, good. Just a couple of Kadechis, not really, Blitz, not really able to do anything there. And I mean, if you spread these out, you can still kill quite a couple of Lance. And do a lot of damage. And yeah, that exactly. Take those size, send them into the Lance. Naked Lance indeed. All of those spiders are fun and strong and all that, but they're quite far away, so they can't really defend the Lance. So it's actually puppies that are going to try and move in, but are targeting the magpies. I mean, technically not a bad target for them, I guess. I mean, it's not as if magpie is all that cheap, 220. Though, it does still have pretty good HP, especially for an airplane. Able to take 2 shots, like, take 1 shot before going down against puppies. Actually, no, 2. I thought it was 460. No, it's 410. So is able to soak 2 shots from puppies indeed. Alright, well, Lance, once again, going back. That means that the south is now completely open again. Not the best thing ever. Really isn't. Because that means that the Scythes can move in and not snipe the geothermal because it is in a hole. Okay, that is good. At least for Team East. Still though, look at the map control, look at eco. Even without like a lot of reclaim, like 130 without reclaim versus like 100 without reclaim. I mean, eco is not looking good for Team East. How much are they able to accomplish down south? Crow and a lot of spiders. And of course you still have all of those magpies. What are you able to do? I don't know. Honestly, I don't really see a whole lot of damage they can do immediately. Going up against Thresher, plus Razor, plus second Thresher. Means that, well, once the Crow actually gets anywhere, it's going to be quite heavily damaged already. So, well, wisely going back. All of a sudden pushes just spiders, which are slow units. So enemy can definitely get up a couple of defenses relatively quickly. Don't have anything here right now though. And just a couple of puppies are not going to cut it. How is that paladin looking? Well, not exactly good. Of course they were building a scorpion before. Still going to take quite a while before the paladin goes up. Juggernaut doing a nice job over there. Throwing those units around. Am I surprised we haven't really seen any lobsters to try and throw things into the lava? No, I don't think I'm really surprised about that. Since, well, those lava holes are like quite far back. So difficult to get, well, anything really close there. Scythes and such have a bit of an easier time since that decloak area is quite small. Well, there's a lot of threshers that you could maybe take down, but yeah. I don't think there's anything you can really make cost on. At least not right now. And you are soon going to run in to an enemy Cyclops. Yeah, okay, good. You're going back home. Wise choice. Don't really know what they tried to send down south. Seems like... just Juggernaut? No. They must have had more. Probably a lot of puppies then as well. I don't really know. Anyways, how is that missile silo looking? Well, it is not up yet and it's not going to be up anytime soon. Crow, almost back up. Almost full HP. That's 10,000 value in spiders. That honestly, it's just being ignored by the other team. Yeah. I mean, I get it. They're not using it, so you can afford to ignore it. I just don't think it's a very good thing. Over here, Scorpion, heavily damaged. Couple jacks close by, so yeah, high DPS and it's gone. Crow once again getting sent into the fight. Not a whole lot of anti-air available. Thresher over here is just barely in range. 2 anglers. Just 2 anglers. But it is also a lot of magpie, not enough to take them 16,000 HP worth. But still, quite a couple. And are you going after the enemy geothermal? It's a correct target. It's a correct target. It is indeed the correct target. No real target you could otherwise be taken. Also, why is there a level 5 commander, a semi-trollcom commander, all the way in the back of your base? I don't know. Maybe they think it's like commander dies, game over? Like Bar or like Supreme Commander? Since they did manage to get a cloak on it. I don't know. Anyways, it's now going to be reclaiming and possibly rebuilding that geothermal. Nice snipe, but it's still not going to change the eco deficit. It really just isn't. Enemy does have, like, well, a couple too many fusions, I would say. And over there, singularity is not going to go up anytime soon. The only singularity under construction? No, it is not. Where is the other one? It is somewhere. Hello, singularity, where are you? Oh, there it is. That's a weird location. Sure, I mean, in 3 minutes it will be up. This one has an estimated time of arrival in 15 because it's being built by a single weaver only. And Crow, well, you don't seem to be surviving this. You can't escape the Newton. There it goes. Steel blue. What kind of... You're American! What are those? Program belongs to a new player. Yeah, I know. Well, not really new. I mean, their level is quite high. Just not a very skilled player. I mean, it's fine. It's not exactly that expensive yet. It's just 4,000 metal. It's only a level 5. And they have definitely participated a whole lot with some pretty effective size. They like their cloaks. Cloaked units, cloaked phantom, cloaked commander. And resurrecting the advanced geothermal. Honestly, it's not that bad. At least you don't have to wait a long time in order to get it back to a advanced geothermal and all that. But it's also not exactly quick. Still worth it though, since it only costs energy. Huh, they've been playing for 3 years. Yeah, doesn't surprise me a whole lot, looking at the level. But Kiro, what are you doing? Why are you spending so many magpies just to scout the enemy base? Did you not expect them to have anti-air? What was the plan? I don't know. I don't know what Kiro was planning. What did they want the magpies to do there? Anyways, Big Bertha is up and operational. Quite operational indeed. Range, pretty good. I mean, it is not a, well, artillery piece for no reason. And can scout well. Not sure where the singularity went, but it didn't go boom, because otherwise I definitely would have seen it. I guess it just wasn't at 80% construction yet. Nice target for the Bertha. Not yet making cost, but definitely very good target, since it was like 2,000, 3,000 invested already. So it's now just going to be hunting after factories. Is also technically in range of the enemy paladin, enemy strider hub and all that. But is not going to be taking that down anytime soon. Send air. Nice little Athena over here. Though, I don't really see an Athena building like a scythe or two really being that effective. I don't. But hey, I mean, it's not being countered currently, so maybe it's able to take down the geothermal. I just feel like building one Lotus might have actually been better. Of course, yeah. You can't build a Lotus. But yeah, even a couple of fleas or a bandit and all that could have been nice in order to take the geothermal down once again. Athena, cleaned up. Goodbye. And that is a lot. Yeah, they do have quite a couple of scythes. Pretty much the only unit they've been building this entire game. But they do now have a couple of phantoms as well. I mean, it is a bit of a stalemate match. A lot of artillery, or like support units, artillery kind of thing. 15,000 invested in lance already. When are they going to build some like saturation artillery? Phoenix, name it. Just kill the lance, please. I mean, those are so squishy. Even just getting a couple of scuttles in there is not that difficult. I mean, it's not as if the lawns are being protected all that well. Cloak Knights also going to try getting 2 and 3 lawns down already. 2? Only 2? Probably 3. I thought it was 3, but I only saw 2 corpses. Anyway, getting at least a couple of kills there. And it's already 50% built. No, that's not already. It's only 50% built. 50% done. They've been constructing that for like 10 minutes already. Not exactly going quick with just one weaver constructing it. And down south, well, those spiders are suddenly not a problem anymore. With Scorpion and Paladin over here, it's oh no, yikes indeed. Yeah, how are you going to deal with those? You've got a couple of magpies, not that many. At least not 32,000 HP worth of magpies. And those lawns, which definitely would be a very good counter to the Paladin, are all the way up north. Are they going to come down? Seems like they're at least going to try and help out against the Paladin. But yeah, ultimatum. It's going to take a long time before it's up. So don't expect it to do a whole lot. And the next Scorpion is out already. Scorpion from Kuro is not going to come out anytime soon. But also, they have left the air entirely open. So, yeah, Team East is able to scout. Quite alright over there. Is building their second singularity, or like the first that's probably going to go up. At least out of range of the Bertha. And on the correct side of the hill from the Bertha as well. Attrition down with Impalers. I mean, that works. Normally. I mean, I see a lot of idle. And like, yeah, completely idle units on the other side. So yeah, Impalers definitely could do a lot of damage there. And those Striders, well, Paladin, Double Scorp, Juggernaut, so a semi-Strider. Top Max is still not being rebuilt. What Top Max? What? Top Max? These 3? They've already... Oh, these 2! Yeah, those have not been rebuilt, indeed. At least the geothermal is linked to the energy grid. Solar might have never gone down. Not really sure. But yeah, that's something they definitely should be doing. Magpies wasting all of their ammo on a heavy riot, but semi-assault unit. And the Paladin, well, you know it's there. How are you going to deal with it? These things, they definitely would be able to deal with it. 42,000 burst. So even if you do lose one to the enemies, the Paladin burst, you should still be able to take it down. But the Lance not really going forwards. Letting their team's Magpies try and do everything. There they come, finally. At least. They're moving forwards a little bit, again. Scorpion, if you know about those lawns, you should at least have one of them to try and defend against them. Because there are enough lawns to just snipe your Paladin. Where the Scorpions would be able to stun, just like they're doing now to all of those spiders. In order to at least try and defend the Paladin. Paladin is going back home, but still, lance not rearmed for now. So the Paladin might still stay up. Yeah, looking at the HP on the Paladin, it might stay up, but I don't think so. I think it's still going to go down. There it goes. Scorpion, are you also going to stay up? Or like also going to go down? You should. But it seems like it will not. Well, at least you circled it very nicely. Yeah, seems like Scorpion is going to stay up, at least for now. Ultimatum, not really able to do anything against the Scorpion either, since it is on the hill right now. And that's a wasted Inferno. Even in total, there is less than 600 value there right this second. At least I believe so. With the glaze and all that going back as well, they might even survive. Close, but indeed they do survive, meaning that you did like 0 damage. 240, while wasting a 600 metal missile. Why did she just blindly fire? I don't know. Anyways, over here we're going to have a couple of glaives try and move in, but there are just too many knights that the glaives are not able to take down all of those impalers. If you had a couple more, it would have been an option, but you don't. So it's not an option. Up north, we do still have quite good dominatrix numbers. And if those sit inside of the funnel web, they're pretty well defended. So that would be nice to see. I mean, how many do you have? 8. 8 dominatrix in a funnel web is definitely quite scary. I mean, you would still have to watch out for cloaked knights. But other than that, it is definitely something that, well, would be able to capture quite a lot of value. At least I would hope so. And Google Frog ends up constructing those 2 maxes. Nicely done. I mean, you're a singularity, you should be doing that if your team isn't. Funnel web gets cleaned up. First Scorpion gets cleaned up. Second Scorpion is at least going to stay up for now. Since, well, the crab and such are stunned over here. And it is still quite healthy. 8500. And don't move! Well, are the Lance going to snipe it? They are not. Okay, so another Scorpion stays up. And another Reaver drop incoming. But this time around we do already have a bit of a defense. Electric Boogaloo. That is indeed Electric Boogaloo. Your drop, sir. You seem to have forgotten about it. Well, there it is once again. Who is going to the advanced geothermal? I hope not all of them, since then you're going to lose a lot of them. But it is most certainly going down. Scorpion also going down to all of those magpies. And there it goes. Geothermal gets cleaned up. And all of a sudden, at least through reclaim and all that, Team East with the better eco. And GG is actually called. A little bit surprised about that. Especially because, well, you did have so much more eco. But yeah, value was definitely ahead. Because of the insane value killed, the insane attrition from Team East. It was said to be a war of the magpies, but I mean, magpies did have a couple of very good moments. But I mean, I didn't really see a magpie v magpie, so I don't think it's war of the magpies. Alright, well, let's go. This one, no. This one, number 3, alright. And let's go to... Oh, that one doesn't work for some reason. Let's go for it. A 1v1 is the next one. Now, we've been on that map before today. This one. It is indeed. It is sadly another Steward match, because it is always a Steward match. Just kidding, Steward. But it's a tank ditto for the ages. Ended up when a gambit by one player succeeded and simultaneously one by the other player failed. Sounds good to me. It is this time around on a Sidus crack. So this is the other map. A little bit like Ignis Channel? No. What's the other map again? I don't remember. With crack going through the middle at least. So we've got a 1v1 between someone who's never getting cast. It's HJK in the blue, with tanks and an engineer commander. Versus in the red, with the green engineer commander. It is tanks for Stuart98, who is a mystery as their blueprint. Very nice, able to get them to the front lines early. Great to take down enemy stingers, enemy defenses. Canis River, that's it. Thank you. Kinda felt like Magpie had more very bad moments. Well, they had a couple of good moments, but especially later on, they were mostly bad moments indeed. Karachi versus Karachi. One is chasing, one is not. But one is now getting hit a couple of times. Wow. Both of them are, of course, on fire towards enemy. But, well, with the closer reinforcements for Stuart, they should be able to hold on here really easily. But with their Karachi, the other one, moving towards the enemy base, it is not, in fact, going to be Stuart, who is easily able to take the match, or like, take the enemy Karachi down. And might still, oh, that is way closer than it realistically should have been, may still lose a max, but it's not going to go down. At least it should not. With 2 Karachis versus 1, and even your heavily damaged Karachi having more HP than the one from the enemy, yeah, you really shouldn't be losing this. Your other Karachi though, going to the enemy base, definitely has paid off to send it there, since otherwise it would only now really be going there. And over here, well, Karachi will be trying to do a little bit of damage here, but I mean, with the Lotus on the Spire, Karachi isn't really able to do a lot. Metal Extract is likely going to stay up, and even taking down the welder is not exactly the easiest thing ever. It does 1v1. And still, with good micro, Stuart is not able to do it. GG. Stuart not able to take down. Oh wow. Karachi from HJK actually just surviving. Deciding not to move into the enemy base. I mean, correct choice for sure, because otherwise they would have most certainly lost it. But that means Stuart at 0% attrition. It's GG already. I mean, once again, Stuart and not taking down an enemy welder is just going to be the end of them. It really is. It's going to be super consequential. Once again. I just know it. So, how is that Karachi looking? It should be up in time, but it's a matter of like taking it the correct way. Actually, it's going to be not up in the correct time because it was on low priority. Oh, HJK, please, target the max, target the max, target the max. Well, not really now anymore, but like... Okay, well, you do barely snipe it. Nicely done. A little bit of luck involved, but you do take it down. And now the factory should be completely shut down. Is it not? Are you not able to out-damage the factory healing with a single Karachi? On a welder at least. Apparently not. But still, 2 maxes going down. Or like 3 in total, but like another 2 going down. So Stuart definitely on the back foot here. On the other side though, Stuart with a little bit of a nice raid. 2 maxes down. Welder as well. So it's going to delay the expansion from HJK as well. Though they are already building another welder, so it's not going to be all that bad. And on the other side, Karachi not able to engage either, because of a double Lotus plus welder. But yeah, Stuart's eco for now slightly behind, I would say. But maybe not because of overdrive. Quite close, apparently. And how to play top tier, just pork. It's working out for both of them, I will say that. But normally it isn't. Normally it's all about less pork, more army movement. Know where your enemy is and just defend with units. But not today. Today it's all about the Lotus. Does make sense a little bit on this map, since you're not really able to move through the middle all that easily. So if your units are on this side, it's very difficult to get over here. So you don't really have a numbers advantage then. And static defenses are, at least against raiders, more efficient. Or like stronger for their cost. Commander is going to try to get up that Lotus, but is not able to do so. For Kadachis, 2 of them heavily damaged, not really able to engage this either, but will be healing up. Not the fastest healing in the game. That honor probably goes to, well, technically to detriment I would say, but in reality glaive, at least for their relative regen, with 20 per second on a 230 HP unit. But well, still going to be healing up, and by the time they get to the enemy base they will be pretty healthy once again. And on the other side, well, Ichiki's commander pathing to me seems a little bit less optimal, just because they're sending it to the edge of the map, while normally you would like to have your commander forwards because it's a strong unit and all that, and use your welders for your side maxes, generally, just like Stuart is doing over here. But at least it will now be able to hold on against 2 little Kadachis. And on the other side, Stuart should once again be able to clean this up quite easily, but still is chasing a little bit, so might still lose 1 Kadachi, but does not. Okay. 4 more Kadachis, or like the 4 Kadachis we saw before, are now going to try and move into Lotus. Are a little bit staggered, so not exactly the best formation to engage here. But still, taking down 1 Lotus, taking down the Max, taking down the 2nd Lotus, while only losing 1 Kadachi. And there aren't exactly many units there for Stuart to defend. Ogres are both going to the north. So yeah, no defenses. Both maxes gone. But at least for now, Echiki not really moving. Now they are going to probably take down another max, but still lose 1 Kadachi at least. And now with double Kadachi and the Blitz, yeah, Stuart will have enough there to at least prevent Echiki from moving forwards. So would definitely have to retreat now, because otherwise they're losing both of those Kadachis. Echiki also consistently at like full metal, so likely exceeded a little bit. That's not a little bit. 450 metal in a high level game, I don't think is a little bit of excess. And Stuart, just expanding to the side with the commander now, is going to get a little bit of extra map control. Well, once they've cut across here, they will pretty much have this entire section under control, just because units can't really get past anymore. And is now also going to be plating, though they're not actually using their plate, but at least it's the spirit that counts. It's the idea that counts. They are trying to plate. Are still going to lose more eco down south though. Lotus is not up yet, and 1 welder plus Lotus is not able to defend against like 3 or 4 Kadachis. Still, I'm a little surprised, but yeah, no, not actually losing all that much eco. Might just lose the max, and will barely lose the max. But yeah, in total, that fight is definitely not bad for Stuart. Pretty good even. And with the welder already there, they should be able to reclaim it as well. Over here, bit of a worse fight for Stuart. Getting their blitz perma-stunned by the enemy, or like mostly perma-stunned by the enemy. And then with the additional DPS from the ground burn on the Kadachi. Yeah, definitely very good fight there for Echekia. Not exactly the best matchup against Ogre though for them. Over here, Ogre, not exactly known for their assault capabilities, but also not exactly bad at it, just because it's tank, so has pretty good HP. So it's just steamrolling through triple Lotus. Over here, no Lotus up yet. Single Ogre is not going to hold on against double Ogre plus triple Kadachi defense. And Commander is not looking the safest either. Can 1v1 Ogre, but it's not exactly a comfortable matchup for the Commander. Against all of these units, it's not really going to be a good showing for that Commander. At least with Lotus you will be able to hold on. But now, yeah. Echiki is seemingly going to try and run through. Killing a 1 Blitz already. Killing both of the Kadachis. And will now just keep on going. Spread out Lotus are not really going to do a whole lot of damage either. And the Ogre itself is still pretty healthy. So yeah, seemed pretty good for Stuart, at least early on. But HJK has eco 70, though I don't really trust that, because that's mostly through reclaim and they're accessing a bit of it as well. Eco, good and possibly even better than Stuart. And especially the energy eco, with those very nice overdrive lines, definitely better than that of Stuart. Insane micro. I don't really realize what the micro was about. Maybe down south, with the Ogre and all that, but I don't think so, since Ogre is not really a micro heavy unit in my eyes. Oh well. Yeah, not really sure. Anyways. Position over there is being held. Not pushing forwards though, so there are still a good number of maxes that are not being constructed by, well, either team, but I would expect them to be constructed by HJK with the commander over there. But not going to happen, at least not anytime soon. Stuart is now going to get a little bit of extra overdrive capability themselves through that fusion. But that's still going to take a little bit of time. I mean, how much longer? 30 more seconds. Also, because of that, Caretaker is focusing on it. Factory is still on low priority. So, constructing units is also going to slow down quite a lot in the next little bit, over the next little bit of time. Single Minotaur is out, like, is left, is still able to outrange the commander. So, would have been able to kill it, but, well, yeah, with Yoga there as well, is now wisely going back. Commander, idling. What are you doing, Green Commander? Get the reclaim, or run for your life, because you don't stand up against double Ogre. At least you do have a Lotus here, so should be able to hold on, at least for now. Since it's not really a comfortable fight for the Ogres either, but oh well. HJK are definitely doing quite a good job just raiding in general and all that. Stuart should have been doing that a little bit as well. I mean, this is pretty well defended. But over here, I mean, just 2 little Lotus. And after that, single Lotus, enemy base. Feels raidable. Not the easiest to raid, of course. But still, feels a little bit raidable. Ogre, Minotaur is going to try and move in, but like, yeah, with all of those Lotus over here, that DPS stacks up, and especially with the commander as well. Goodbye, Minotaur. You're not going to hold on over here. You cleaned up one picket, but that's about it. Other side, commander was killed off. So that's very nice from HJK. Not really sure if Stuart accessed because of it. I don't expect them to. Well, a little bit. 300. But that might have been just before the commander went down even. Not really sure. But losing the commander. Not really able to raid over here. And soon won't really be able to raid over here either. While also probably up against a pretty massive army difference. Not really. Apparently the army over here is still strong enough from Stuart. And they are going for the gambit. At least I think it's going to be the gambit they were talking about. The gunship, Hoppy, gambit. I don't know, maybe? Versus double Cyclops. Which might also be seen as a bit of a gambit. This is expensive. I mean, you lose quite a bit of tempo by going for like 2 2200 value units. Just like that. I mean, nothing else was being constructed at the same time. But, well. At least one is out before Stuart is able to do any damage. The other one is still going to take a while before it goes up. But I mean, you've got pretty good ego, so it's not going to take an hour. Not really sure how long it will take, but 30 seconds. So yeah, hold on 30 seconds and you will have a very strong army on that side. Stuart now also going for Cyclops. I don't know, if you're already going for gunships, I don't know if I like the idea of also going for something expensive like a Cyclops. I don't think I like it. Second Cyclops is out for Ichikia already. Is now also transitioning, well not transitioning, adding in a couple of atoms, at least 2. Seemingly going to stay with 2. Just to take down the enemy gunships. So yeah, how much damage are they able to do? The tank busters will roll into the enemy base, I think. I mean, that's the most sensible. They've got good HP. A total of like 24,000 HP. You've got pretty good support with them as well. And you're facing off against a single Cyclops with still decent support. But certainly not as much support as you have. So killing off that fusion, killing the factories, feels like it should be GG. But yeah, let's see what's actually going to happen. A lot of defenses still on the northern side from Ichikia. Has also just seemingly willingly given up all of this map control. Feels like that should have been for them quite a long time ago, but nope, it's going to be for Stuart. Should once again get those 3 maxes back up, but still. Yeah, Ichikia should have, at least I feel, like they should have had more eco. Because they've just given all of those maxes to the enemy. They're actually still behind, even though they are currently reclaiming a little bit. And also, with the closer support, and because Ichikia was a little hesitant, it's now double Cyclops for Stuart as well. With multiple multiple ogres and also minotaurs. Yeah, that is not... well, that is certainly more support and better support than a couple of Kadetchis are for Ichikia. Still, Stuart is pushed out of this entire location. That's like 10 more maxes that Ichikia should soon be able to get up. Also harvest like 3,500 metal in reclaim. While Stuart is not really able to go there because they still have to deal with all of these forces. If they try to go after all of this, then yeah, these are just going to raid this entire back line. So yeah, Stuart can't really afford to do that. But at the same time, Ichikia should keep the units moving. Okay. Cyclops outranging the Minotaurs. And at the same time, Kadetchi's just raiding a little bit. I feel like these should just go into the enemy base. I don't know if I like this. You've got raider assaults and riots. Especially because these units are not engaging at the same time. Yeah. If it was a good pincer, where you like timed it well and you had like all of your units engaged at the same time, you would have cleaned all of this up and it would have been a very good fight for Ichikia. But now, spread out, going to engage against another enemy Cyclops. It feels a lot worse. This is all still alive, and you don't really have the opportunity to go into the enemy base anymore. Also, possibly a little bit of a gambit. Not sure if that's what Stuart was talking about. But it's going to be missile silo. Not the entire enemy base is in range. At least like fusion isn't. Which is a pretty good target for your EOS, of course. But yeah, not in range. Built far enough back that it's not. And well, let's see, over here, a couple of nets are able to stun the enemy Cyclops, so that is now gone. But still, I mean, reclaim over here, 2800. Most of it, maybe even all of it, should be for Stuart. And that's another possible gambit that might or might not pay off. Stuart, spend your metal. Exceedish. Come on, show the graph. Exceedish, there it goes, jumping up to join Ichikia at the 930 realm. Right. A lot of units over here from HJK now though. Once again, if they engage well, they're going to clean all of this up without taking too many losses. Seemingly going to pincer Stuart decently. Well, no, not really. Okay, I mean, Blitz in the background. Not really engaging. Still too far away. Atten clean up. Ogre outranged by Cyclops as well, so cleaned up too. All of a sudden, yeah, support from Stuart still seems better than that of HJK. So even though HJK had a lot more army value, seemingly going to be a good fight for Stuart. Seemingly also not even losing this. Well, maybe they are losing the Cyclops. Since the Blitz are now once again engaging. 1000 HP, 500, 250, and it is gone. So okay, you do manage to take down one Cyclops. I still don't know if it was a good fight. I feel like the battle value tracker missed quite a bit of the match over there. And EOS are going up, Inferno is already up. What's the target with those missiles? Hitting this, hitting that. You're up against tanks. Those are not exactly squishy. They've got pretty good HP, even Kadachi and Blitz. Cyclops. Make up your mind. Don't just keep your gun waving around. Pick a target and shoot it. So, where is it going? Well, Inferno went for the enemy base. EOS as well, so the factory is gone. Does of course also take the plate offline. But by now, well, Cyclops for HJK are still alive. Not very healthy, but still alive. Crow, still alive, not healthy, not alive anymore. And GG is called. Just like that. Stuart with a lot more eco. I feel like HJK really should have won that game. But yeah, latest stage of the game, just way more value. Not specifically army value, but way more value in total for Stuart. Value killed was very good for HJK. Significant attrition lead there. But nope, it is Stuart who wins. So I guess it was indeed the missile silo gambit that paid off. No. This build shows that what? What is this match? No, not that match, this match. No, not that match, this match. Honestly, I don't know what match this is. You haven't cast the game I submitted on Skate Park yet, right? Well, I did cast a match on Skate Park already. I don't know, might have cast that one offline though. I'll quickly check through what I recorded. Because I did record a match yesterday. Yes. I think I might have recorded that one offline then. Let me just check. 0506. Is that the... How many factory switches does it take to screw in a game win? Because that one is on Skatepark. And I have cast it. Yeah, that one. Alright, yeah, well, I recorded that one yesterday, just not during a stream. Well, kind of skipping over multiple matches. I've got like a small team game, another small team, another small team, small, 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 large. Then this one I did. This one I just did. Got a modded game, but I don't think that one works. 1v1, 1v1, 1v1. Small, 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 small. Then another 3 1v1s, then 2 large team games, a modded game, a large team game, a mid-team game, and a 1v1. And that should be all of them. But I'm definitely not going to get to all of those today. That is for sure. Who's pinging me? Bad. Right, okay, let's start with the next match. This is, oh yeah, that's the one. The Com AA build is OP. Apparently. I don't know what that means. Because I don't think there is an anti-air weapon for your commander. But skip the pregame, because it is time for I believe it is Paladin, but it's definitely a 4 vs 4, a small team game. With, in the orange, back from the dead, it is Ultra Godzilla. With rovers. And no specific blueprint. They probably don't even know about blueprint, because they are, well, it wasn't available when they last played in 2021. In the red, Venomized with shield tank bots. Welder as the blueprint. In the yellow, Mahutsukai with hovercraft and no specific blueprint. And in the purple, Kitty with a cloak bot. Kitty, one of those classic cloak bots players with Imp as their blueprint. On the other side, I am not even going to look, but I assume Churi with shield bot. And the Polish warrior, so indeed, Churi it is. In the green, DDD 356 with airplanes. And no strike commander, so no blueprint there. In the blue, Skell. I didn't even need to look at the factory. Is playing cloak bots, of course. With a strike commander as well. And in the teal, in the light blue, it is Anir with Panzer blueprint rovers. Alright, well, so it's mainly actually a strike commander team versus an engineer commander team. Yeah, we've got 3 strikes on this side, right? Yeah, 1, 2... Yeah, 3 strike commanders. Who plays strike commander? How can I submit matches? Oh yeah, thank you, Stuart. Right. Well, couple of daggers over here. Not really able to do too much damage. But still, seemingly also cleaning up a conjurer, maybe? In which case, it would have been quite nice. But seemingly just cleaning up one singular max. And I do wonder, what is that commander anti-air build about? Don't really know whose anti-air build it is either. So don't know. But anyways, it's a Raven bombing a welder. But losing its life in the process and not even taking down the welder. Second Raven does not bomb the welder. Yet loses its life in the process. Good job. I'm not going to complain. But thus far, it has not been very effective, DDD. Anyways, magpies now coming out. The, well, cheaper bomber, the tactical bomber. Tactical strike bomber, to be specific. Where, well, some people really like to spam it. Quite effective against commanders as well, able to strike from quite a long range. Especially compared to other bombers. A lot longer range. And over here, a little bit of a raid with those rovers. But not really able to do too much damage, I feel. Still, good fight all around. Have been just taking a good fight there. Not specifically raiding a whole lot, but still able to take down a couple of enemy cloakbots and all that. So still a good fight anyways. Down south, a little bit of raiding going on with cloakbots as well. This time around from Kitty. But there it is, Felon. For who is indeed Churi. And yeah, already just cleaning all of them up. Of course, one of the only, maybe the only riot skirm. I don't think it's the only one. I believe Crab is also a riot skirm technically. Commander going down. Ooh, losing quite a lot of your glaives in the process. Thank you for not crashing. So, I mean, still a good fight there for Southeast. But not as good as it could have been. Here, once again, nice little raid, taking down the convict, denying all of this eco. Next convict is still in the home base, so it's going to take quite a long time before it is actually able to get those maxes up. So for now, northwest with the better eco. Oh, it's a riot assault, right. Well then, maybe it is. Maybe Felon is the only riot skirm in the game. Because Dante is also a riot assault. Use your mace, they tell you. I mean, it is something you should be doing. Ow, going to stay up. Crasher isn't. And over here, another nice little raid, at least. Should be another nice little raid. Scorcher easily able to 1v1 a glaive just because it outranges. 300 DPS went up close, so indeed, even a heavily damaged Scorcher taking down 1 max already. Should be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe. I don't think it's going to get all of them, especially not because it's going to the south. But still, getting a third max, not a big issue at all. Magpie is not going to target you, even though it really should. And now it will be cleaned up. Over here though, well, also a nice little raid, this time around by Kitty. Not with glaives, but rather with scythes. Factory from Judy, not going to stay up for much longer. And scythes over here are, at least one of them, uncovered by the enemy commander. But still, not going to get cleaned up. Might still get a conjurer for its efforts, but just barely doesn't. Another scythe gets cleaned up. But still, 2 of them are left alive. Commander not doing anything. That's another max gone. Also, scythe. 820 HP, so a single magpie. Not able to one-shot, not even able to two-shot. So scythe, are you able to take down the airpad? Yes, you are. Good job, scythe. Amazing raiding done by Team Northwest. Taking down a good number of maxes. Taking down something significant in the airpad. Technically eco as well. And Skell also going to try and raid. Factory gone, commander gone, max gone, and Odin. What the Odin doing here? But like really, what is the Odin doing here? It did drop its bomb onto something. Oh, there, onto Kitty's factory. I don't feel like that's the scariest factory in this case. But well, doesn't really matter which factory you take, it's all worth 700. And well, Cloakbot is definitely one of the more annoying factories, with those scythes and all that. Blitz getting cleaned up, Eden will at least survive for now. And I'm still wondering, where is that Commander anti-air build? Yeah, I don't know. I do see a Commander plus air. Oh, and Kitty was the highest rated player. I guess so, yeah. Oh, yeah, well, in this... Yeah, definitely worth it. Ghost plate. Nicely done. Nice there. Very nice. But yeah. Kitty, indeed, strongest player on their team. Till the others are all neutron star. So, yeah. One neutron star who is only now coming back to the game, so doesn't have that much time in, at least not recently. And the other two are not the best players ever. At least I don't think they are. I believe Venomized is like 30-ish matchmaking. And Maho Tsukai, I don't know actually at all. Don't think they're on the matchmaking ladder at all, maybe. Over here though, Skill. Getting a nice cleanup on all of those units. Quite a lot of reclaim here, 800. Also, 3000 in the middle. That at least for now is seemingly all being harvested by Northwest. Judy is going to try, maybe. But as for now, at least, just healing up their shield ball. And on the other side, Skell going all the way around with their glaives. Phoenix might be trying to bomb them, but since they're spread in like 2 groups at least, not going to be the easiest bombing run ever. As in, pretty difficult. And on the north, well, another Phoenix. Not dropping its bombs in the correct location like at all. But against the Gretches, most of the glaives are still going down. At least a significant number of glaives going down. And over here, Phoenix doing a lot better job. Cleaning up the entire first group. Second group, 7 glaives still alive. Will be able to take down a couple of maxes. But can't really push in to 1 Ripper. So we'll have to do with just these 2 maxes and then run back in order to take these 2 as well. Don't really think they can move in any further unless they can just go around the Ripper, and the Ripper doesn't actually follow. So you can take down another 2 maxes plus extra wind generators, disrupting the overdrive grid. Well, that's convenient. With a little bit of extra help from the enemy Phoenix. Wow. That is a way better raid than it had any right to be. And down south, Kitty once again with a couple more scythes. We're spotted, not being used currently. Oh, this is also nice. Hovercraft in the back as well. Don't really have a lot of DPS daggers. But still are able to one-shot that single glaive. After that it's Lotus, but you can sit behind factory and all that. So Lotus doesn't really do a lot. Yeah, still. Won't be doing a whole lot more than this. And in the middle it is... Oh, hold on 1 second. Alright, there we are again. People calling you while you're streaming. Why? Oh well, doesn't matter. So, let us continue in 3, 2, 1, go! Yeah, what were we talking about? Commander going down for Venomized. Shuri's commander being upgraded, shielded, possibly going for area shield soon. Not really sure. I mean, it's once again being upgraded. Or just like better weapons, bigger, better weapons. And, oh yeah, that's right. Kitty, once again, trying to raid down south, but now with a lot of units from Shuri moving in. That is not, in fact, going to be all that effective. At least, I would hope not. And Scale's raid was, of course, shut down on the other side. Right, yeah. Up north, well, quite a couple of maxes that could be constructed. But for now, Commander securing it with the ghost turret a little bit. That ghost turret has received very little range boost. Surprisingly little even. But Commander now moving forward, inching its way forward. Building a radar first, which I find interesting, especially because you do indeed already have a radar. It's now just a little bit of a better radar. Yeah, not really sure what that's about. But anyways, going to have the radar first. Possibly going to build indeed another ghost turret. After that, we'll be able to secure, well, those maxes pretty well for their team. So that eco lead that they already have is going to be even better then. Why is the eco lead so big? Well, because look at all of those maxes that are not in fact constructed on the western side. Whereas Skell, of course, has all of them. Has linked them up pretty decently for overdrive as well. Which the entire team pretty much has done. In the back as well. So yeah, 15 energy, or 15 metal in overdrive. Enemy has like 0. So of course, more maxes, more overdrive means more eco. Once again, quite a good number of glaives up north. Enemy doesn't have that many Phoenix, and at least doesn't have any Phoenix with ammo right now in north. They do have like 3 down south, but those are not there, so can't really deal with those glaives. So once, well, Skell manages to push away these 2 rippers, then those glaives can do a lot more damage. Down in the south, it's going to be up to Shuri to do a lot of damage. Not a lot of DPS in this shield ball, just a single Felon. But I mean, Commander should not be understated either. I mean, don't know what its weapons are. Lightning weapon for it twice, okay. But also with advanced targeting and all that, so... yeah. Flux Amplifier, I don't remember what that does. I believe that is for the, like, extra stun. I don't remember. Anyways, strong Commander there for Shuri. Out of the shield ball though, which is not ideal. Also, factory from Shuri, once again under heavy fire. Minotaurs will be able to clean it up just like that. Which means that shield bot reinforcements will take quite a long time before they're actually ready to go in again. How much damage is Shuri able to do with the shields they currently have? Thunderbirds coming in. No real anti-air over here, since they have only a single Felon. Everything stunned except the Commander. And Lightning Rifle isn't exactly known for their tiny units damage. Not exactly for area of effect. But still, Commander able to hold on against a couple of units there. So yeah, shield completely drained. But they're not really able to take advantage of it all that much. Over here, another set of units that is disarmed. But that is just a delayed death. Because there they are, once again, ready to operate. And that's 1, 2, 3 caretakers gone. But there they go. So, yeah. Will be finished off, but that's about it. All of the glaives once again cleaned up by those Phoenix. A lot of maxes that an idle Mason might consider building. It really should though. And Liko, I mean, just 2 gremlins, not exactly a lot of damage on those. and one gremlin gets cleaned up. I mean, Lego, because it was hovering around those gremlins for quite a while, still heavily damaged. 1000 HP gone. But yeah, once again, has to re-arm. Will take a while before it is ready to go again. And over here, a bit of a weird one. Going for like both Paladin and Funnel Web, but prioritizing Funnel Web at least for now. This is more your style. You know, if these are the sort of shield wall Shuri's complaining about not working, then I'm not really seeing the problem. I mean, this is pretty old, and I believe they have changed their shield ball meta or something like that. Not really sure. There comes the Aspis, and I have one here. So that is 2 shield bot factories for Shuri. They'll be unstoppable now. So maybe if Shuri is still in the chat, they can shine some light on it. Why is there a Merlin here? Why is there no Merlin here? Oh yeah, that's right, because it was destroyed by a couple of tanks. That's why. Yeah, that's a shame. That thing did like no damage. And once again, Skell moving in with a lot of glaives. Where are the Phoenix? Because you're going to need them, but you don't even need them because you already just give up. So then of course you don't need them at all because you don't have them. Goodbye, GG. Lot more eco for Team Southeast. So yeah, they were able to afford all of those raids and all of those other units and all that. Reland, access, income, yeah, lot more income, metal income as well. And because of that, more value, more army value, more defense value, more economy value. Everything was better for them. The best Merlin in Palladium. Yeah, it certainly didn't do a whole lot. Yeah, Chudi, are you still alive? Chudi is here. Chudi, hello Chudi. Could you please answer the steward if this was one of your certified big shield ball moments? Big S ball? I don't know. I hope not, because it certainly didn't look like a very strong shield ball. But yeah, I don't really know about that. Let's see. This one has now been cast. This was... What is it? I lost it. This one. There it is. This game shows the COM AA build is OP. I didn't see it. I don't know what that is about. Anyhow, let's go for COM had more value than S-Ball. I don't think it was that expensive, but it certainly wasn't cheap. War of the Magpies, we've done that one. This is a Field of Isis match. I mean, at least the comment from Tarkin sounds good. It's a bit of a long one, so if we are indeed going to cast this one, it's probably going to be the last one as well. Is it going to go? Is it going to work? It is! Okay, there we go. And we don't... COM had more value than S-Ball. Oh no. I mean, it's coming from 2 different viewers, so it must be true. It must be. Also, Milton Ignis, yes, please put that a match you want to have cast in the thread. You can also message me in-game or on Discord or whatever. I'll just throw them on in the same list. But the easiest is definitely on the forum. Yes, that one. Tried linking it, but it didn't. But I think YouTube auto deleted it. Yeah, YouTube likes to automatically delete links, especially if you put them in chat. And I don't currently have that open, at least not the like YouTube chat. where I can see like the mod action things. Crab and Rider Soul, considered a scum. Kitty was the highest rated player. You know this, yeah. It was killing Thunderbird, Shield Ball was dead, but Com killed Thunderbird and it lived. I mean, that's for sure. It did kill quite a lot. It was quite effective when the Thunderbirds came in. It was the only thing that was expensive enough and like high enough HP that it didn't get stunned. Don't know if that's a valid reason to have such an expensive commander in there, with very little shield ball otherwise, but hey. I mean, in this match it worked out well, so I don't really see a reason to complain. But yeah, other shield balls I've seen from you are generally with a little more Felon heavy. I feel, at least. You've got normally have a couple more Felons in there. And also there were no bandits in this one. So this was definitely not Chudy's latest revision. The latest iteration has more bandit, apparently. Anyways, it is a large team game. To be exact, 32 players. Where... not War of the Magpies. It's going to be a Paladin rush versus a Detriment rush. Presumably. Well, let's see it. Skip the pregame. We've got a match on... I made max 2 Felon now. Oh, really? We've got a big old team game on Field of Ices. A very small map. I mean, it's only 14 by 8. Not really a preferred map for a lot of players, but it does have a lot of reclaim. So you, especially early on, you're going to see quite a lot of value, especially because we're already at over 100 eco, because of the number of players, of course. But one of the reasons this map is, well, disliked by a certain number of, well, good number of players, is, yeah, this. Tiny choke points. Only 2 of them. So especially for a large team game like this, where you have like 16 players per side, yeah, it gets a little bit crowded. So not exactly amazing. Of course, spiders and such are still able to go through the middle. But bots are not, and vehicles certainly are not. Down south, well, commander over there, already pushing forwards. No air, GG. Really now, no air? When you've got a 32 player match? On this side though, are they like... Because they're all the same color, I feel like these people are sharing commanders. Are they not? I mean, 1, 2, 3... 4 commanders for presumably our highest level player, or like highest ranked player. On at least the western side. Well, that is certainly going to be interesting. Trinity is being rushed, Singularity is being rushed. Sure. Let's see what happens on that side. On the other side, we've already got a silo going up, which feels a little bit far back, honestly. It is. That's why. I mean, if you have it over here, you can hit pretty much the entire enemy base, including the geothermal, which is certainly an expensive target you want to hit. Advanced geothermal already on the western side. So because of that, overdrive is already quite a lot better for them, even though it is currently not linked up perfectly. The color sharing trips me up so badly. What do you mean, color sharing? I mean, I can make it worse. Now everyone is sharing the colors. But the first crow is already out. Certainly rushed that. On the other side, Paladin is also being rushed. But not exactly rushed. I mean, it's slowly going up. Only now really starting. But yeah, crow is out. How much anti-air is available? You've got a couple of fences, which are decent-ish anti-air. And there are a couple of Attons already out. 1,000 worth of Atton is able to make quick work of a crow, outranging it by a whole lot. Currently the crow is not exactly hitting anything. And Etten is also fast enough that it's able to keep up with Crow without any issues. So for now the Crow is not able to do anything, and trying to go up north is all fun and games, but yeah, that's already double Etten that is once again ready to receive. Ready to welcome you to the northern side of the map. Crow, yeah, well, some players already knew about that Crow. Are the Ettens going to chase after it? Not a good idea, but they might get away with it a little bit, as long as they stay out of range of the Lotus. So how is this going on? Well, 2.5-2-ish minutes. Alright, that is most certainly a better rush than it seemed like before. And on the other side we've already got first Grizzly out, first Odin out, and Odin could be very strong in this case. Because it could go around and hit the Paladin. Or hit the silo, because that's of course also still 1200 value, not exactly cheap. It has now been spotted by the Widow. Odin, alright, how are you going to react? You've got one Thresher in your base. There are a couple of Vandals, which are decent-ish, cheap, fast response anti-air. But, once again, because of the hill, you can't really chase after. But it's only 1300 HP left, so the Odin will be cleaned up before it is able to get to the enemy Paladin. There it goes. Good night. But hey, at least you should have had scouting on that enemy Paladin. Crow once again going to go into the fights, going forwards. But the Widow over here definitely MVP. I mean, spotting that, well, not really actually. I mean, the anti-air was already on the southern side. The only thing that really helped was that the Ettens went down a little earlier maybe. Eh. Might have just given them barely enough time to take down the Odin before it got to the Paladin. Might have just been MVP. Might have been nice to have. Not really sure. Anyways, Singularity is up. So that's going to be very good for your overdrive. Double Advanced Geothermal is going to be very good for your overdrive. Whereas on the other side, well, Hugo and Hagen both with just a normal, and ouch my fact, yeah, with the Odin dropping right onto your factory. Yeah, both of them just normal geothermal. Now one is being upgraded, but that's 300 energy, of which 100 is going into overdrive. This is 666. Come on, wind, do something, make it 666. Someone build a solar, whatever. Build an extra wind generator, please. Come on, really? How is no one building any energy? You do it. 664. No. 663. Oh no. Anyways, 400 plus energy going into overdrive, turning it into a total of 36. Versus the other side just 25. Actually, not as big of a difference as I thought it would have been. But I mean, yeah, some maxes are still not linked, so it does make sense. Actually, a decent number of maxes, since this isn't linked either. That's at least 2, but more likely more. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Anyways, oh, I think, yeah, there it is. 666 energy. Nice there. Anyways. A couple of, like, Cornea over here to secure the choke point. So it does have a little bit of extra map control, but of course, because there are no maxes in the exact middle, the Eastern team hasn't really lost anything yet. Same on the north. Like, yeah, sure, you're not really securing the middle, securing the perimeter, but like, you don't really lose out on anything either. And here, how much longer? 20 more seconds. Probably going to upgrade this geothermal after the Paladin is up. Just because you don't want to slow down your Paladin at all. And the other side, well, second Singularity is slowly but surely going up already. Artemis was constructed a while ago. That's a lot of caretakers, though not all of them are up yet. And Ultimatum is already being constructed to deal with the Paladin. Still, Ultimatum is also a bit of an issue. Because of those tiny choke points, and it can't go over the hill, it's difficult to get it into range of the paladin. Cloaked Crow, get ready. Well, there it is. I mean, not really able to do a whole lot here. Grizzly being thrown back. But yeah, Cloaked Crow, I mean, fine. It is over here. That is what it is. It's not really able to do anything though. And Token is indeed upgrading, but why is it, what? Why is it not showing me the actual cost? It is upgrading, yet it isn't costing you anything. Ah, there it is. I guess if it is actually not putting any metal into the morph, it is actually not showing it. Probably. Not really sure why. Anyways, there it is. The Paladin has arrived to the front lines. Where is your ultimatum? There it is. Maybe you can sneak it around like this. If you get a little bit lucky, it could work. But at the same time, yeah, claws are being dropped. There are a couple of minotaurs and all that. Close enough that it's going to still be very difficult to get that ultimatum in range. Not sure what the Hercules is going to do. Maybe it's going to take... Let me kill Paladin with ulti. I mean, that's the idea. For cover, they say. You know, I feel like it's still enough cover that the ultimatum can't really get in range. It's a bit of an old match, so you don't really have the nice visuals. But like Tremor, they've got a couple of badges. So uncovering that ultimatum is quite easy. Not the most difficult thing ever. So yeah, getting ultimatum in range of the Paladin, I don't see it happening, at least not anytime soon. And where is that rushed detriment? I don't see it yet. Second crow though. Or is it just first crow? Yeah, it's first crow. Crow is still up. That's nice. Really is. But the Paladin, still very healthy. Still has decent support. Crow might be able to take down those Minotaurs. And you're going to try and steal the commander. No, you're not. You're not going to steal the commander. Nets were trying to stun the, like, yeah, EMP the commander. Not going to work. Lobsters throwing the Paladin back. So it doesn't work out. And also, snitch. Alright. No real targets for them. So in this case they're actually more likely to do... They are mine. Mine, I tell you. In this case more likely to actually damage your own team. I mean, there isn't really anything from the other team over here. And now that they have pushed through the choke point, 2 maxes gone. Could be constructed quite soon. Lava Reclaim. That is seemingly all going to be for Team East. So Team East with 40 more metal, at least for now. Still struggling a little bit in the energy department. First singularity for their side is only going up now. Whereas the other side, of course, already has 2 and is building number 3. And there it comes, Detriment Rush incoming. What's the ETA on that? Still 9 minutes. Let's say 7. Assuming you're able to get a little bit more reclaim or you start investing more into it. I mean, that Paladin is still fully healthy. So for now, I don't really see that detriment going to help out all that much. I don't. Like watching paint dry in a rainstorm. I mean, ETA on that is also still like 4 minutes. Trinity is not going up anytime soon, and the other side... Oh, what? Well, I missed it. But good job. Ultimatum did its job. It did its job, and it did it well. Enemy commander is still alive, high level commander, so would also be a nice target for possibly the second ultimatum. But what I wanted to say was, well, Antanuk from the other team is already going up. This is of course still out of range for that. But it's not too terribly difficult to get everything secured. Especially because it is such a narrow map. And goodbye! Both commanders going down. But one of them with their D-gun was able to snipe the other one quite quickly. Even though it was not really in the prime position there. And Ayayayayo has even more units because Mighty Oak has gone AFK. I mean, Ruru, Saru. Yeah, I mean, even though it is a small map, it's not as if exactly as if there is nothing going on. So people are still lagging out. Widow is in a very nice spot, honestly. But does it know? It does. Okay, that is very nice. It knows all about the enemy detriment. And is also able to spot when it goes up. Ultimatum is not cloaked. But still, couple of ducks, couple of glaives. Not really able to get in close. And especially with the Faraday and the Lotus there. Yep. Ultimatum is able to survive and go back home. Crow under fire by Vandal, mainly. Vandal and a couple of veterans. So really isn't able to do a whole lot either. And I mean, I would hope a couple of fleas are not really able to do anything. But there they go. What are your defenses looking like? I would say no. No defenses. Caretaker should go down. Maxes, multiples should go down. Don't. Nope. Okay, well, Singularity should not go down since there is a commander close enough. And otherwise the fleet will indeed clean it up. Okay. Well, that raid did not do as much as it really should have done. I mean, this max, that max. I would say that should have both gone down. But they didn't. How's your detriment looking? 4 more minutes. What's up with the geothermal? Wall ASCP. Are they nuking it? They do have a silo close by. Or at least would have a silo close by. How are they nuking it then? If the silo is not in fact up. I don't really know. Maybe the commander has got its... Seems like it, yep. Slam rocket, indeed. Slam rocket is of course a little bit like an EOS. A little bit like an impaler. Going straight up, straight down, and long range. Though actually not that massive range. Good range, don't get me wrong, but like... I feel like that shouldn't have taken down the geothermal. Yeah, maybe. Anyways, it is definitely not looking good for Team West. That energy eco is good, but certainly not paying off, at least not yet. And by now they've lost the northern side. They've lost the southern side. Yeah, they really have... The detriment needs to save their bacon, or the nuke. It's been quite a long time. It's been a long time coming. But that location is not exactly defended by an anti-nuke. And although you're running back, that's all very good. It's not exactly as if you can really hide. Most of it all going down. Just a couple of Vandals. As in one... No, they are actually still alive. They're just cloaked. So cloaked, I didn't even see them. Dante on this side, getting cleaned up by another ultimatum. Nicely done there. And Team West with 130% attrition. Certainly not looking too bad for them anymore. 13,000 reclaim. 2,000 down south. But yeah, 2,000 down south is all being reclaimed by Team East. North on side, they're not really that secure either. Right? I mean, this is still scary. But at least you are able to get quite a lot reclaim. Yeah. I was like, are you? No, you are resurrecting. You've got one that's resurrecting and the other one is reclaiming. That's it. Okay, right. I mean, especially your team, you've got more than enough energy. So resurrecting is definitely not an issue. As long as you have the time to do so. Because it's not exactly quick. Geothermal is still alive. Triple singularity is up. So I mean, if you get this position back under control, your detriment will come up soon. Goodbye, Commander. And then your eco should come in to save you, but hey, that's a lot of ifs. It really is. How much longer on the detriment? You know what? I should just put a pin in it. At least that's how I do it, right? If not. Was it like this? Nope. How did I do that again? Is that not in this version? Oh, there it is. Shift F7. For saving location. Alright. Anyways, on the other side, another paladin is going up. Another paladin is going up. I don't really think it's good to split your efforts like this. By now you would have had one of them up already. Well, is that true? Yeah, you would have. 3,700 invested in one, 7,000 in the other. So you would have had one up combined. On the other side, of course, 4 players working together. So that ultimatum, well, not ultimatum, detriment, 40 more seconds will go up. How much are you able to do before it goes up? You've still got like a juggernaut down south. That's about it. I wonder if like on this map, you've already got a natural Newton ramp online. If it would have been worth it to just have a couple of jacks, jump in, either just to kill those singularities. I mean, those are prime Newton or like jack targets as well. And you might have also been able to kill at least a good amount of the build power around the detriment. Would have delayed it a little bit. Don't think you would have killed it, but hey, maybe. Not as if there is a whole lot of riot defense or anything like that around it. You do have a couple of Faradays here. And detriment incoming. Let's see what the detriment is able to do. I would hope a lot. It's 24,000 metal. But the other side is somewhat soon, though not actually that soon. Yeah, that's going up a lot slower than I would have hoped or thought. Is, yeah, somewhat soon going to have 2 paladins. But they don't have any ultimatums of their own. Commander blueprinting an Odin. Very nice. Yeah. You don't have any ultimatums. You don't have 20 widows lying around. And your paladins are not up yet. That seems bad. Over here, Crow is coming in. Vandal, it looks very scary. It isn't really. Right? It's cheap. It's spammable anti-air. It's like 90 each. A little bit like Gremlin. But with the combined efforts, they do indeed take down one little Crow. But now, for the big guy. Take down that detriment. Ultimatum hunting after the fellow cloaked units. But missing. Alright, well, Xeno to slow down the detriment. It will delay a little bit. Not a whole lot, I mean, it's not as if Xeno is really that strong. And detriment is like 80,000 HP. So, yeah. That's also why Widow and such don't do especially well against detriment. Now next, double Odin. Definitely the only thing you can really do right now. But how much is the only thing you really can do? How strong is that? One is certainly getting through. That is one dead singularity. I would hope so. Yeah, that is. That's dead. The other one did drop its charge on the Trinity, so that's a dead Trinity as well. And they're not very happy with it. That's one singularity gone already. Second one barely surviving. And the detriment for now, yeah, 86,000 HP. It hasn't done anything. It really just hasn't. All of a sudden, the other side, 700 more metal, and Paladin 1 is up. 3,500, 4,000 more metal, and second Paladin is up. And the detriment is only now just starting to get to the front lines. You've got a fast transport, yet it's all walking all the way there. Yeah, okay. Well, Xeno coming in once again. Should also slow down the detriment a little bit. As I've said before, yeah, detriment doesn't really care about Xeno. I mean, even though it's sitting right in the Xeno, still 0% slow. Even though Xeno is normally, of course, a damage over time slowdown. 86,000 HP is just so much that Xeno isn't really able to do all that much. And yet people on the Western team are voting to resign. I mean, it's a little bit weird, but oh well, people always vote to resign, don't they? But yeah, 10,000 slow. And like 190 slow for 30 seconds. Dropping off with distance as well. It's like, well, why so passive? Yeah, that is something I was kind of wondering as well. Because it is still full HP, effectively, right? It's 100 HP per second regen. It's like 8 seconds from being completely alive. No damage at all. Hercules in. How about carry the detriment there? How about that? Yeah, I don't like it. More eco. Assisting. But yeah, the highest ranked player on their team, presumably, one of the 4 players or 5 players who is currently controlling that team. Yeah, very passive with that detriment. I'm not a fan. Second Paladin is not up yet. Detriment is not going to go up anytime soon. So you've still got time. I just feel like you've also wasted quite a lot of time. But maybe that's just me. Pinging, pinging, pinging. Because of another Odin. Makes sense, but still... No, actually, why is that there? Yeah, I guess it's a little bit more... better defended against jack launches. But not exactly against Odin. Still, Odin is disarmed, so might not drop its charge, and it does indeed not do that. So goodbye. Destroyed, presumably. There it goes. Without doing any damage. Up north, Paladin is out. For Team East, alright, good. But it's up north. That means it also doesn't do anything against the detriment that's down south. I feel like that detriment should still be able to just win them the game. Let's look at value for now. Yes, of course you've got the most value. Metal produced, yeah, Team West is behind because they were struggling quite a lot. And by now they're even behind in energy. Because the other team has also decided, yeah, singularities are worth it. Yeah, you've still got good value, especially army, good value. You're ahead by the detriment, pretty much. Not quite, but like, close. It's only 10,000 worth, 10,000 off. But yeah, the detriment, it's full HP. It hasn't done anything, I feel. I mean, it's shooting at a commander. Good job, you took a level 1 commander down. Okay. Enemy detriment, it's still only 10% constructed. That's not going to be an issue. But the enemy also does not have anything anti-detriment. Still. I don't like it. Please just move it forwards and destroy the enemy. Because the enemy paladin, which is worth like a whole lot less, up against stronger opponents, stronger opposition, is seemingly making more, like, advancing further. Seemingly. Not quite, but kinda close. Well, hello there, Detriment. How are you doing today? Not very well. You're not doing a very good job. Full HP. Sitting back. I don't like it. Could someone in chat please explain to me why that Detriment would now be sitting back? Because I do not agree. Either ferry it up north to take down that enemy paladin and then move forwards with the rest of your team, or just move it forwards down south. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like it. It is advancing, slowly but surely. It is. Enemy has a Dante there. Brain damage. That might be a reason indeed why it's sitting back. Could work. Use your jump. Jump onto the enemy Dante. Destroy it. It is an enemy Dante, right? Doesn't actually seem like it's an enemy. It's a teammate. Then please don't destroy it. That would be even more brain damage. So, yeah, how's it going, guys? That's quite a couple of ravens you've got there. Still not enough to take down an enemy detriment, but that's a lot of nets. That might actually be enough to stun it. Still, we've seen, I believe it was the match between Low Taper Fade and someone else in a 1v1. Jumping up and jumping down, you can destroy... What did I tell you about not jumping onto your own Dante? You can actually destroy nets very nicely by just jumping up and down with your detriment. And complete waste of the regen of detriment. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, even now, you've lost a whole 10,000 HP. For a detriment, that's not a lot. For anything else it would be a lot, but not for detriment. A paladin. Use or give. But yeah, paladin is up. Another one. Paladin up north is still alive. Not exactly the most healthy, but at least it's being used. And what are those nets able to do? That is the question. If they're able to get in range without all getting blasted out of the sky by the detriment, then you might be able to stun, and if you can stun, that paladin and or scorpion can get in close and destroy it. Even then, I don't think it's really enough with the other units from Team West to kill the detriment. I don't think so. But at least that would give the detriment a reason to hold back. And currently there is no reason. Well, are people saying anything? Scorp. Yeah, because that's definitely something you have to watch out for. Scorpions. I mean, you're facing off against double Paladin plus Scorpion now. I mean, you really are giving the enemy a little bit of time. Attrition still only 120%. Nice EMP there on the support from the detriment though. But still, one detriment, if used correctly, can definitely take down those two paladins. Especially because I believe one of those paladins was heavily damaged. Though it might not be. That most certainly does not feel like it was the correct play for a manual weapon on a detriment. It doesn't feel like it was. But maybe you know more than I do. How's the detriment looking? 75,000 HP, 87%, it's going back home. I mean, it's a lot of ravens. It's still not detriment level damage of Ravens. Even now, 75,000 HP left on your detriment. The enemy paladins combined, 58,000. That's still less. A lot less. Eco, by now you have once again caught up. Through overdrive, but mostly reclaim. And I mean, there is a lot of reclaim that I would hope your team is getting. You should be able to deny the enemy reclaim very well there. I mean, you've got a paladin on the front lines. You should be able to deny the enemy a little bit of reclaim. So, there it goes. Once again, I mean, it was a little bit of a detriment rush. It was up relatively early. It doesn't really feel like a detriment rush anymore. Like, sure, you rushed it, but then you forgot that you actually decided to, or like, wanted to use it. Yeah, detriment. Where are you going? 2 paladin, 1 ulti, pretty good to be honest. I mean, where is the ultimatum? I don't actually see it. But by now, double scorpion. Versus just 1 from the detriment team. And goodbye to that scorpion. Goodbye to half of your support as well. But at least at this stage you've lost over half your HP in the detriment. This time around it makes some sense to jump it back. Heal it back up, get it back in the fight. But I am really surprised at how much time you've given the enemy by just holding back with that paladin. And Maris, why are you making even more eco? Because they want all the eco. What's the current payback on the singularity? 14 minutes, presumably. Yeah, that's not exactly a fast payoff anymore. Maybe they want to go into a massive air force and need 1 million energy in order to rearm all of it. Maybe that's why. Though I would definitely like to see a couple more air pads then, because otherwise that's still not going to happen. Right. Paladin, detriment, where are you? It's a big old robot, yet I managed to miss it, but there it is. Okay. Well, it's once again close to full HP. That means it is now going to be ferried up north and destroy all of those ducks. Because it is over for the quickening. It is over. The detriment is going to crush them. No. Detriment is going back to the south. I mean, it makes sense. You can still do a lot of damage here. It's just that, well... Please this time around use it. Rather than just get outranged by Paladin and take a lot of damage. Because that is what happened last time. And well, maybe it was indeed the correct choice to go after the quickening. Because that tree coming here, you say that. But I don't see it. Or are you talking about your own detriment? Doesn't seem like it. Yeah. Detriment is not in fact going there. So you could have actually pushed forward with those ducks. You could have. Might have even forced the detriment to come up north. Allowing your paladins to swoop in down south. Maybe. But for now, the detriment, plus Dante, is just sitting back. And somehow, they allowed the enemy to get all of the reclaim. Or at least a good amount of the reclaim. More than I thought they should have been able to get. Anyways... Ducks plus Paladin, moving up, moving in, up north. You're now building your own Paladins as well. Very nice. We'll be able to help out up north. And detriment, well, is it finally going to get stunned? No, it's not, because it jumps out. At least in this case, it makes sense why you tried to jump. And why you did jump. It's not just a try. I mean, nets are scary. Still, you're at 0% stun pretty much. So, they didn't manage to get close to stunning you? But at least there was a reason, because they had quite a good number of them. Don't know how many, but it was probably like over 50. And each of them is like pretty good stun on their own. 700 stun each, with 500, almost 600 DPS on stun. And detriment finally going up north, as someone else already predicted. So there it goes. Hanging there, sitting there, moving forwards once again. Well, triple scope plus paladin should still be taken down by a detriment quite easily. Couple of pyros moving in. We'll just sit here for now until their jump is off cooldown. And ultimatum, facing off against their worst enemy. Small units. And inbound indeed, because there it is this time around. And will it also keep moving forwards? Cleaning up scorpions, that's all nice. And now, boom, take down the enemy paladin. How are the pyros doing? Last one. It's all gone now. So, paladin is moving forwards along with the detriment. The ducks have nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Not really, at least. Manual weapon onto the ducks. Honestly, you took down quite a good number of them, so it might have been slightly worth it. Not really, but a little bit. And still, full HP detriment online. Double paladin, it is somewhat scary, but also still not strong enough to take down a detriment. You do have one ultimatum ready to go, but it's going to be difficult to get that in range. Please are not really screening all that well, so actually seems like you will get it in range. Decloak from the Sparrow, you get one shot off, which isn't enough. Like, really isn't enough. Still at 80%, pretty much. But hey, you got one shot off, so that is at least somewhat good. Detriment still just doesn't really have any issues to just move forwards. So please do that then. Thank you. I mean, in this case, even if it doesn't specifically move forward, your team is securing a lot of reclaim. So your eco will be a lot better. Which means that you will have a better paladin number, paladin count. So you should still win easily. Detriment versus double paladin is an easy win for the detriment, as we will soon see. Not yet though. Who's pinging now? Help this and build the detriment. Yeah, I mean, a minute 30. And well, with the enemy detriment once again going back home, I think you have a minute 30 actually. I'm really surprised about that, but you do have that time. Okay, sure. Sure. 5 Hercules. Also sure, what is the plan with that? I don't know. Well, they are moving now. Maybe, maybe not. Alright, well, let's see. We said a minute 30, so it is almost up. Snitches, not really able to do a whole lot. And don't resign with this. I mean, really though. Your own detriment is about to be up. You rush the paladin, the enemy rushed their Dante, or their detriment. And now you will rush your own detriment. Or at least get it up. And if you're not as passive with it as the enemy was, you might actually be able to do more damage with it than the enemy. Your paladin there being rescued. The issue is just that, yeah, the enemy is right on your doorstep. Even if the detriment itself isn't, the rest of the enemy team is. Zenith, I don't really expect it to do a whole lot. I mean, it's still so far away from being completed that there really should not be any chance for that to go up. But hey, if it goes the way that this match has been going the rest of this game, maybe it is actually an option. There it is. Detriment has finished. Well, this match might just last for another couple of hours then. How's this thing looking? Yeah, 16,000 invested. That is a lot. Don't get me wrong about that. But, yeah. Detriment, how are you doing? Well, there you are. Full HP once again. Decent support, double scope with the Paladin. Other Paladin is a little far away. Eastern team still has at least one Paladin. I mean, well, it's not great, but it is now a completely isolated enemy detriment in your base. You've got a full HP detriment of your own. Theirs has already just used their manual weapon. Are you able to take it down and swing this match around? I think the answer is no. But hey, maybe you are able to do that. Scorpions are trying to stun, multi-stun. But finally, the enemy detriment, it's not being as passive as it was before. And it's actually doing a lot of damage, but it is now also stunned. It will be taken away by the Hercules, is what I wanted to say. But it is not in fact being taken away by the Hercules, because the Hercules is having a bit of an issue in that it does not in fact want to pick up the enemy unit. Let's try this again. Maybe we need 3 Hercules to do so. And there it goes. Where is it going? Go somewhere. The explosion is not going to hit you all that much. Still, detriment, not stunned anymore, at least not for now. So make sure to stun it first before you drop it off. Okay, stunned once again. Nice little pose there from the detriment. Now kill it off before it can do something weird. Or not. Convert it. You've probably got a rover factory here with a dominatrix indeed. But watch it. Watch out that those singularities don't blow up, or that a commander doesn't accidentally kill the enemy detriment. I mean, it's a risky location. Slowly but surely that Hercules is also going to take down the detriment. It's just going to take an hour. Yeah, and it does not in fact have its regen right now. And it has actually already been captured. Well, it might still be too late. Yeah, you've got a detriment or 2, which is very good. But I honestly hope it's not enough to push this back, and it should not be enough to push this back. How many paladins are on the field currently? Only 3, 2 or 3, most likely. Yeah, this one is still under construction, so seemingly 2 healthy paladins. Not that many scorpions either. This one is heavily damaged, so should be healed up before it does anything. The other one is still pretty healthy. There isn't a whole lot of anti-detriment over here. There is a whole lot of reclaim. But honestly, it is too little too late. With the enemy already building in your base, you're going to lose at least 2 more singularity reactors. You've already built your own catalyst. Actually, you are actively building the catalyst for the singularity explosion. Kind of funny, actually. But yeah, it is too little too late. Those constables are just going to build, and destroy both of these singularities. Pyro can try to run in, Redback as well. Actually, those are from the enemy, so yeah, would even want to blow up the singularities as well. And well, there goes the geothermal. At least you haven't lost your dominatrix yet. And there might go another detriment. Nope, it's not stunned yet. I mean, scorpions have a lot of stun, but not enough stun for a detriment. Not even with the two of them, apparently. No, that looks pretty stunned to me. But it goes down. The other detriment, well, might not go down yet, but the team gives it up anyway. I mean, they certainly lost, but they made it way closer than it should have been because of that capture detriment and the detriment of their own. It's just that, well, the Western team really should have just taken the detriment, finished construction, and shoved it into the enemy base and won after like 25 minutes. Let's see, when did it go up? Right here. Yeah, let's say 25 minutes they should have won. Look at how far ahead they have been since the paladin was up. Yeah, they really should have won earlier. But oh well. The correct team won in the end. And I mean, it's understandable, right? Bad paladin plays from like just a mere level 1 nebulous rank. Yeah. Too bad. Well. Alright. There is going to be the last match. What I am this time going to do, because I have finally found out where I can select that, I am going to send people over to a video. We lost because of all our good players ditched us. Faye went AFK, Maris did not care. Maybe I'm not sure. Is that what happened? I mean, honestly, that detriment from the enemy really should have finished you off earlier. So maybe it's a little bit of both. Where, well... Videos? What? Why is it? I don't know. Why can I only... Oh, what? That's an upcoming... What? Apparently, YouTube does something weird where there is presumably an upcoming livestream that even my own channel does not know exists. It's weird. I can select it in like the YouTube studio as a redirect for when I end this stream. But I have no idea where it actually is. Because it isn't in the dashboard itself. Oh well, I can't send you to a normal video. And I can't send you to the ZOK movie either. Both players gave up on the team. Yeah. Incredible. I mean, it does, yeah. They did give up in the end. But I feel like that, like at least until like the 35-minute mark or something like that, they were still at least holding on, fighting on, creating eco and all that. It's just that the last couple of minutes they did indeed give up, but honestly, by then you were kinda dead. Even though you captured the detriment, your team was dead. But anyways, that is going to be the last match I was going to stream today. There is another like 5 matches, I believe. 6 matches that we have just cast. Meaning that I only have to go like, I don't know, 15 more matches to go. Maybe I'll be streaming once more or twice more this weekend. But I'm not really sure about it yet. It's all going to depend on like scheduling and all that, which is always difficult. But anyways, have a nice day, have a nice evening, whatever it is for you now. Because this is going to be the end of the stream.